I'm DJ Jess, and you're watching the FanView podcast. When I got the car, I got on the basketball team immediately, 7th grade year. Like, I was on JV.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't on middle school. I was on JV.
Like, that's a big deal.
In 7th grade. So yeah. And I was playing, I've been playing basketball since I was like 5. I want to say we had a basketball goal in our backyard. And everybody used to come in our backyard, all the boys. It was me and my sister and then all the boys.
That's where you got that toughness from.
We used to be playing in the backyard, yeah. And so I learned then, and then I played AAU from like 8 until I graduated high school pretty much. So
welcome back, everybody. Welcome back, FanView podcast. We in the building
Again.
and again. You see what I'm saying?
You know it.
Listen, get locked in, get subscribed. FanView podcast if you on IG, FanView podcast if you're on YouTube, FanView podcast if you're on Facebook, FanView podcast if you're on TikTok. We still FanView NOLA if you on X. You still there? They got a lot of drama going on. Oh, that's smooth there, boy.
Yep.
Well, listen, man, I'm that boy Fred.
G Sports.
In the building. Listen, we got a special guest for y'all. Y'all been asking for us to have more female guests.
We need no female personalities,
Yes.
man.
You know, won't you introduce our
Man, we got one of the hottest DJs
Hot.
in the city right now.
coming in hot?
You know what I mean? Freshly known Jessica Simmons, aka DJ Jess, aka Vibe Dilla.
oh,
You know what I mean? Like
drop the bombs.
she been doing her thing. I've been very impressed on how she has elevated so quickly. We're gonna get into all of
We
that.
gonna get all that.
But yeah, Jess, man, appreciate you coming on the FanView
No,
podcast.
thank y'all for having me.
Definitely, man. I don't take for granted when people take time out of their business schedule to come and fellowship with us. You know, fellowship.
Yeah. You got we got one coming up.
We're gonna get into all that. But we always like to start our podcast off just talking about your journey. I remember going to Southeastern with you years ago. I remember you hooping in the rec, being passionate about sports. And
Intramurals.
I never right.
Real hoopers.
You was a hooper, you understood. You understand?
Yeah.
Ball was definitely life.
For real. And I never knew that music was part of your passion. So kind of, bring us back, growing up in Oakdale, and how music has brought you to where you at today.
Yeah, so I've always been like big into music growing up. I wanted to be a producer when I was younger. So turn into after a producer, I was like, I want to be an AR in the music industry or whatever. But obviously, I never got into that.
Right.
But I always loved music. So as I got older, I was like, I could be a DJ one day.
Mm-hmm.
And then I took a class 1 year, and it was like 4 classes a month.
While you was in college?
This was like, I was well into my 20s. I think I was probably like 25 then, 24. I think I was 24.
So you wasn't even thinking about DJing when you was in
No,
college?
I wasn't. It wasn't. I just knew I wanted to be a producer.
So
Whatever.
what created that enthusiasm to want to be a producer even when you were younger?
Like when I was growing up, all I used to watch was music videos. So I'm watching Rap City, TRL.
Like in the basement?
Yeah. I was
Park.
freeing AJ.
Lala.
Set up a Lala.
Right.
Yeah, all that. So I used to when I got home from school, I'm putting on BET, watching music videos. My daddy worked at the radio station. Q93.
Oh.
Yeah, so he did like advertising there, but I was always there.
Gotcha.
And so I was just
an environment.
Yeah, I was just always
That was
around
an internship.
music. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, so I was just always around music as a little girl. So it was just in me. And from when I got older, I was like, I could get into DJing or whatever. And that's how it happened.
So I heard when you was in high school, you used to be the person that was burning everybody's CDs and selling them.
I was doing that in college too.
I was living.
I was the bootleg girl.
You Miss LimeWire over there.
Yeah, putting them viruses on the computer. I got my own computer because I put a virus on the family computer. They was like, you gotta get your own. So they gave me mine. And then I was burning all the CDs, $5. for, a regular, I made mix CDs too.
Oh Lord,
you know.
compilations.
Yeah. And then sometimes people like, just do your thing. I did that. When Usher Confessions came out,
Oh,
it went platinum.
Let it
In
burn.
real life, it went platinum in bootleg life too. So that was like my top selling one.
That time was a time.
special time right there.
That was a special time in 04, 05.
Especially you was admit something.
Yes.
Yes.
It was a dream. It was a
T-Pain, Boosie,
Yeah.
Webby,
Buy you a
The
drink.
auto tune that started getting hot.
Jeezy,
That Jeezy was another one.
Yeah,
around that time.
mixtape
Like,
Wayne.
you know what I mean?
Recession had just came out.
That was
06, I think.
that's like
Recession
05,
came out,
06.
07, something like that.
05, I think Thug Motivation came out though.
Yeah,
05, yeah.
Yeah.
He came out when Obama got elected.
See, these are stats I know.
Yeah, right.
You know that urban legend.
Oh yeah. That's when I like T.I. I can't get too jiggy with him. After that album with I think it was King when You Can Have Whatever You Like. That was the last. That was the last album.
That was T.I. versus T.I.P.
That was the last T.I.
I
album
had
I
one
was
song
feeling.
off that one I could listen to. That
Yeah, I was
big,
like, all right, T.I.
big shit popping. I could do that one.
Right.
With one, I think Manny produced that song.
Yeah, of course.
And
So
the
yeah,
rest of it, I was like, I don't
it's
know
all
what
right.
we doing.
But what I'm curious to know, Jess, and I always like to ask people these kind of questions. You majored in marketing when you was at Southeastern. I know a lot of different people that's entrepreneurs that's doing their thing that's not necessarily doing something in their field. What made you go out on a limb and say, man, I'm about to, do something I'm really passionate about, and that's DJing?
Ooh, so after college, I was working retail all through college, and then when I graduated, I became a manager at Abercrombie and Fitch because that's where I worked at. And then after that, I went to Dillard's, and then I was like, I'm tired of retail. I want an office job. I want my weekends back. I want to be off for the vacations, for the holidays or whatever. I want to be off at 5. Like I want to be at home.
Right.
I want to have my life back or whatever. So I went back to school for healthcare management. And I did a semester, and then I ended up getting a job at Tulane Hospital.
Okay.
And then when I started working there, I was like, this is not what I want to do. I was like, this is not what I want to do. So I had to figure out what I wanted to do. I was doing a bunch of stuff until I was still working there. I worked there for like 6 years until like I was able to quit my job and just do DJing full time. But I was miserable. So I was like, yeah, you need to figure out something that you're passionate about, that you really want to do or whatever.
But what was the turning point?
Oh my gosh. I was miserable. That's what I was literally miserable. I was like, I think it was 2014. I think it was 2014 or early 2015. I found a class online, and luckily this guy, he said he never did like adult classes. He always just teach the kids.
Right.
But this particular month he was doing adult classes. So I found it on Google. And I took the class, and I honestly didn't even get started till maybe like 2 years later, because that equipment was expensive.
Yeah, for real though.
This was like right when controllers that like what y'all might see me use, not the real turntables. This was like right when these started to come out,
Right.
but I didn't really know about them yet. So all I knew was like the turntables and stuff. So I thought it was like $2,000, $3,000 worth of equipment.
Yeah,
I ain't have that.
Yeah,
I worked at the front desk at Tulane Hospital.
Right.
So I never got started until like maybe 2016, 2017, I think. My mama, for my birthday, she bought me a controller. I found one that was like cheap, so she bought it. And then I just took off from there.
I know a lot of times. Not first.
I just literally sat in my house like all the time.
Right.
I was just practicing every day.
Man, that's crazy because when I think about DJing, like when I first thoughts of it, like I always relate back to Juice. Like,
Oh.
you see,
when they had the competition.
yeah.
Well, it was a competition. It was they were trying to see who they was gonna pick.
He was who they was
Yeah.
gonna pick.
Yeah.
You see, like
With the turntables and stuff.
turntables. Then you think of like back when what was that show, man? When Mark Lawrence hosted that comedy show, Russell Simmons.
Oh,
Comedy
Def Comedy Jam.
Yeah. Here Capri sitting in the back.
Yeah.
Oh,
Start
yeah,
thinking
yeah.
about stuff like that, but talk about how DJing, maybe from back then, now has kind of evolved because it's different now.
Yeah. I wasn't around back then. So
we were children watching television.
yeah, of course. So I'm thinking like like how everybody thinking like DJing back then, you got to know how to scratch, do these
Right.
tricks with your elbows, spin around,
Yeah.
DJing with your nose and stuff. I'm thinking that's what DJing was, like battling and stuff like that. But when I actually got into it, I realized like you don't have to do all that to be a good DJ, to be a respectable DJ, to get the crowd going or whatever. Like
Do what
you
works
don't
for
you
you.
don't need all the tricks.
Yeah.
It's good to have it or good to be able to know how to do it, but you don't. People, if you do all that scratching in the middle of a set, sometimes people might look at you and be like, "Hey, just play the song. Like, what are you doing?"
Killing the vibe.
Like, yeah, okay, you good, but okay, just play the song. But I learned you don't really. It doesn't really take all of that. That stuff is cool. I could do a little bit, but
Right.
Right.
I'm still working, still learning.
I think that. So, I know you hooped in high school. You was a really good player, and I remember watching you at Southeastern for intramurals. You used to be giving people buckets, man. Just killing them out there. I'm talking about super passionate. Hated to lose. She hated to lose more than she wanted to win.
You still
Right? For real. I think I won a championship, didn't you?
We won one time. I remember another time.
Y'all team was? Y'all
Them
purple?
girls.
Yeah.
Girls.
Them girls. You and JJ know.
Yeah, shout out to JJ.
Right.
Shout out to them girls.
Yeah.
Listen, but they did do an autobiography on Southeastern's intramural sport.
Oh man.
Listen,
That was a time.
listen. There was a time. It was passionate.
Especially my senior year, they let for some reason the girls that was actually on the basketball team, they was playing. I don't know if you remember that.
They did.
They played in some of the intramural games. They played with y'all team.
So did.
What was y'all team name?
Believe that.
Yeah, they played. They played with y'all team. I was like, ain't these guys supposed to be,
Right.
seasoned or whatever? But they was playing, and so we was playing against them some games, and
Yep.
That was a time. Boy.
they was getting these.
Right. Yeah. They be doing that thing.
They was getting.
But talk about your passion, man, for the game of basketball, and you could confirm this on the podcast, but I heard that was one of the big reasons why you went to Car was for sports.
No. So I actually, like I was saying earlier, I really went to college because I didn't want to go to Helen Cox.
Okay.
Makes sense.
I didn't want to go to Helen Cox. I went to school with all of them during elementary school. I was like, all right, that's enough.
Right.
I was like, let me try something different, go somewhere different. But when I got the car, yeah, I got on the basketball team immediately, 7th grade year. Like I was on JV.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't on middle school. I was on
Right.
JV.
That's a big deal.
In 7th grade. So yeah, and I was playing. I've been playing basketball since I was like 5. I want to say we had a basketball goal in our backyard. And everybody used to come in our backyard. All the boys. It was me and my sister, and then all the boys.
That's where you got that toughness from.
We used to be playing in the backyard, yeah. And so I learned then, and then I played AAU from like 8 until I graduated high school, pretty much. So
What made you not want to pursue it after high school?
so it's crazy. My mom, she was so mad too, because the summer before my senior year, AAU, I was on like one of those real competitive traveling teams. We was everywhere.
Was on?
No, I was actually on a team in Texas.
Okay.
Or whatever. One of my homegirls that I used to play basketball with, AAU down here, they had moved
Okay.
out there after Katrina. So I had went and played on her team. And yeah, we went everywhere. I had got offers and everything, but when my senior year came, I was like, you know what? I don't want to play in college.
Damn.
I was like, I just want to go to college and have fun. Like I didn't want to wake up at 6 in the morning to go to training or whatever and then study hall. I study by myself. I was like, I don't want to do all this work in college. I just want to have a good time, like enjoy myself or whatever. So that's really what it was. And my mom, they were so mad because they just spent all that money.
Yeah, that was an investment.
Yes.
I don't blame them. I would have been mad
investment
too. Yeah, I was so
All that.
I got a few scholarships, so I ain't have to pay completely out of pocket, but
Right.
it wasn't enough. But still.
When you made that decision though, like was you kind of second guessing yourself? Because I know a few people that did that. I know Norman brother Neil Randall, who went to Car, played receiver, was really really good, had scholarship offers coming out of high school, but he turned them down and said he just wanted to go to college and just be a regular student.
Yeah, I kind of like thought about walking on, and they even asked me at one point because after intramurals, the
Right.
girls, they knew me.
Your name was buzzing.
They they asked me at one point, but then like they wasn't like I was like, there's no incentive for me to go because they
Right.
wasn't going to give me any extra money
Right.
towards school or anything like that. So I was just like, nah. And they weren't like the best. So
Right, right.
They were not.
they weren't the best. No shade, but no shade. I love them, but like,
Facts is facts.
Yeah, the Lady Lions were, not the
Now the
top-
boys was popping.
Now the boys popping.
Yeah.
The boys had some, had a team or two, but
Yeah.
the Lady Lions,
Yeah.
it's like they all right.
yeah, I
That's
was
cool.
like, nah, I don't really. I was like, nah, I'll just keep playing intramurals. I was like, I'm playing, I'm getting my exercise in, so
Right.
I got my fix. I
You
guess.
did. You did.
I was playing, so
So here's a question: what are some of the DJs you were looking up to as your times are coming into DJing? Like, what's some of the DJs you looked at? You like, man, I like how this person is doing this. I like how this person is doing this. So how can I model myself into what they may do?
So
level.
crazy. Before I got into DJing, I didn't really know too many DJs like around the city. Like I wasn't that type of person that went to the party and was like, "Oh, who's the DJ?" Yeah, I would just go, and most of the time I'll go to the party and it'll probably be Keith DJing or
Talking about Keith Scott.
yeah, Keith Scott DJing. That was when that was years ago, or like Raj or somebody, but I wasn't like necessarily looking for him. It wasn't until like maybe a few years before I started DJing, I guess the thought crossed my mind about DJing where I actually started paying attention. And I went to this party called Lemonhead Sundays, and there was DJ Lil Jodeci and DJ, he goes by Mikey Offline now, but he used to go by DJ GQ. I saw those two DJing, and I was like, they were amazing because they was playing songs that I listened to. Actually, like I play in my car, but the way that they would mix it in and stuff, it was fun. It was entertaining. So I was just like, oh, these dudes are good. So
Right.
when I actually got in, like those are the people who like I was watching. To do stuff, and then I started learning about more of the other DJs that were around. I was like, "Oh, we got a lot of good DJs in the city, or whatever,
talk
but
though.
people don't really know about them because they're not the Keith Scotts or
Yeah.
the Raj Smooths or whatever." But Mikey Offline, that's my favorite DJ in the city. Him and Lil Jodeci, like them
trying to
boys
think
cold.
Yeah, I'm sure I've been there.
He a Latino dude.
Okay, nah, I don't know who it is.
And see, Lil Jodeci, he used to play a little bit of everything, but now he only does house music.
Okay,
So you probably won't know.
he only has
Yeah. He only these are like some underground. They not really underground.
Right.
Mikey isn't for sure, but like they definitely some DJs you wouldn't normally see.
I remember, man, when we was in college and we would come to the city, that's when Dreams was popping, House of Blues, and you knew if Ride Smooth was on the ones that
I remember Holla Back used to do. I like Holla Back. He used to do a lot of parties at Southeastern. He was
DJ
nah.
Papa.
I told him that when I met him. I was like, man, you used to have our parties lit.
Yup, DJ Papa, Jubilee, Captain Charles.
Captain Charles.
Oh yeah.
If you going to a wedding reception,
Captain
Captain Charles gonna have that bitch popping.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so like you knew when you heard those names, what you was gonna have a good time.
Right.
And I think your name, I ain't gonna say I think your name is getting that ring. Everybody wanna know who gonna be the DJ. And when they say DJ Jess,
You're like, oh,
I'm there. You know what I mean? And so, talk about, man, just 7 years. Like I know some people that become an entrepreneur and start a business, it take them 12, 15 years to get to a high level. You elevated in this game pretty quickly. People might think 7 years is quick. That's pretty quick.
yeah.
You trying to build a
No,
brand.
I think it was quick. Somebody even told me that
It's very quick.
a couple of years ago when it was 5 years. They was like, I don't know nobody who had a faster 5-year run than you, a Future, and somebody else.
Yeah.
And I was
Trinidad
like-
James.
Yeah.
Trinidad James booked in 6 months.
I was like, man. But what was the question?
I was saying, like, how does it feel like to see how you've elevated in such a short amount of time?
amount of
Because
time.
most people take 12, 15 years to get to where you
Yeah, I'm definitely appreciative and grateful for the people who support me, because that's literally what. Because I remember in the beginning, wasn't nobody at my gigs. I used to see people that I was cool with from Southeastern and in car who would be out all the time, but they would never come to my parties.
Right.
I used to be like, "What y'all think y'all?" And
Right.
they used to kill me because they'd be like, "Oh, I see you doing your thing." I'd be like, "No, you don't.
No, you don't.
Right. Right.
You don't see me."
You hear me, but
Yeah.
You ain't seen me one time, but then they started to come around as like, my name got a little. It be
Trend the
like
world?
that,
Yeah,
yeah.
trend
It
the
be
world.
like, yeah. It's a city, they gon' if everybody,
right.
then of course they gonna come around. But no, it's just been good, and I attribute that my success really to the car in the Southeastern family, because if it wasn't for like the referrals and the word of mouth and things like that, like I'm pretty sure I wouldn't be in the position that I'm in right now. But my friends, like my close friends or whatever, like they were literally at all of my gigs.
Yep. Every
In
time
the
I'm
beginning,
at your gigs, I see all your friends.
yeah,
Like for real, like y'all all is one.
we move as one,
Yeah.
one band, one sound.
Over there.
Look, right, but they were literally the ones that were at my gigs. It would just be us and that sometimes. So like I learned to play for them. Like, what y'all want here? Like, I didn't mind taking requests back in the day because I didn't know what everybody
Right.
people they frown upon that, some DJs. But I'm like, if you don't really know what the people want, you might want to take a request or two.
Right.
Just to. It's not a bad thing. Now, don't come up to me 5 times requesting a song. Like, but I don't really mind requests sometimes. But back then, I didn't care because I was trying to figure out what the people wanted to hear. Like, I was doing my research. Like, I used to go to, that's how I got cool with a lot of people, because I used to go to all their gigs. If I didn't have a gig, I would be at the den. I'll go pull up on DJ FTK or Legatron or something like that to go see what they was doing, and just seeing what the people reacted to and all that. Like, I really networked and I did my research or whatever, and it just paid off for me. But I really want to thank all my friends and everybody who literally just be referring me or book me for things. Like, everybody's getting married, baby showers, whatever these days. Everybody need a DJ. Yeah, so call me.
Yeah. I think that, and we talk about this all the time with every guest, no matter if you're in sports, no matter what you're doing. We always like to talk about how important it is to be a good person, build real relationships, and just do things the right way. And I think you did that ever since I met you way back at Southeastern. Just think about if you wasn't the type of person you was,
yeah,
you wouldn't be in the position you are.
No, because being a DJ, you gotta be a people person. And even if you're not a people, you gotta fake it. You're a people person. Because that keeps the people coming back. Like, if you got an attitude, they're gonna be like, oh, that DJ got a funky attitude. Then you can't be a woman with a funky attitude. They not.
You can say it. Go ahead and say it. Say it with your chest.
Like, they not fucking with you if you like.
Exactly.
Like, you can't be a woman with a funky attitude. But I'm not out here being fake with people. Like, because sometimes some people come up to the DJ booth and I gotta check them.
Yeah.
Or whatever. Cause I be like, yo, y'all doing too much.
Right.
Especially the ones that just walk in and they want to request. I say, baby, you just got here.
Right.
Relax.
The scene first.
Relax.
I got this.
Yeah. Relax.
I'm the
or whatever.
vibe.
Yeah, relax. I got you or whatever. But yeah.
But how do you? Because to me, when I go inside of a place, to me the DJ got to be the most relatable person, because you got people from different ages, different demographics. Like, how do you figure out that art in what's popular, what's this demographic group, what they may like, and what this younger demographic group, what they like? How do you go about trying to figure out the songs you want to play and how you want to mix those things? Because sometimes you could be in a space where the demographic this big, and sometimes you could be in a space when the demographics this big. How do you figure those things out?
Yo, it's not easy.
I know
It's not easy.
DJ like a party.
It's not easy. Some nights I be up there sweating like, ooh, y'all working me tonight. But if it's an older crowd, then the songs, like, you got to give them some line dances, some of the barroom music or whatever. They still want to turn up to some of the younger music too, but you definitely got to, you know what type of music they want to hear, the tucker and stuff like that. But a lot of my crowds, it might range from late 20s to early 40s. So that's a lot of music.
Yeah.
And I don't even know all of the new music right now. I'm 34.
Right.
So
I just made 40
last week.
happy belated birthday.
Yeah, Club 40, baby.
I know I'm not old, but I'm also not.
You're in the middle.
Yeah, I'm not at that state anymore where I want to hear a NBA YoungBoy song or whatever. Like, I just have to keep my ears to the street to know, like, okay, this is what the young people want to hear, or a Kodak Black song or something like that. Like, I'm not listening to those artists. To be honest, I'm not.
Yeah.
Right.
They got some good songs, some of them, but like, that's not something I'm playing in my car. So I keep my ears to the streets. They have like DJ pools where I can download music from. They keep me updated with certain things. Tidal. If I go out, I'm Shazamming.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, this
I
is
do
I
that
like
all the
this.
time.
So you know, like if I don't know all the songs. I don't know all the songs. Shoot, that's why I take requests too. I don't know what's
Right.
Somebody put me on that Kevin Gates song, Beyonce Freestyle, when it first came out.
Right.
I hate Kevin Gates. So
Right.
so you know I'm not checking for a Kevin Gates song or
Right.
back. I like Kevin Gates back in the day.
Right.
Yeah.
College Kevin
yeah.
Gates. Yeah, like
Two,
from my head to my
right.
toes clean. Like that's my
Yeah.
thing or whatever. But the new Kevin Gates, not so much. But so that's but a lot of times you just don't know. Like I just be throwing songs out there. Be like, let me see if they fooling with it. I like reggae and Afro beats. I know that ain't everybody's judge. So sometimes I gotta see.
It's a different flow.
It's a different
Yeah. Sometimes I gotta
change
see
up.
who in there. I might throw it out. It might not be the time to play it because the people who listen to it ain't there yet. Okay, well, I ain't gonna play no more of those. Like the
Right.
people just standing around, you know, you gotta read the crowd. I don't get it right all the time. Trust me. But but when I do, I do.
I think that it was probably about maybe 4 or 5 years ago when I had a newfound respect for DJs. I had a friend of mine, he had a gathering. They had probably maybe like 40, 50 people roughly.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, man, G, get on the aux. Play some music. Bet, let's go.
Right.
Man, I know all the music.
You think?
And you go to playing music, and you got like 10 people over here, they want this. You got another 10 people over there saying this. You got another 10 people. Then you might have maybe like 10 people in the whole room that like what you playing. And that's when I was like, dog,
Yeah.
this shit hard.
That's how I actually started DJing. I would if I go to like if it was a house party or just like a gathering or something, everybody would make me plug my iPod up. So I was doing that. That was my first test.
iPods.
Yeah, that's just that throwback.
It's funny how we say that iPod is like history now.
Yeah.
No one has an iPod.
It's when I see somebody with one, I'm like, that's crazy.
Yeah.
But
Like you still own that thing?
yeah,
That
does it? How does it
It
still
need an
work?
aux?
Cause mine broke and I was sad. But yeah, like that's how I really started. And then I used to sell insurance right before I started DJing. And every meeting that we would have, they would have me like get the meeting started with the music. And that
You was
was
doing Prime America, huh?
yeah, and that was a tough crowd.
I remember that.
Even though it probably was just 30 people in that room, that was a tough crowd.
Yeah.
They want to hear what they want to hear.
Yeah, I felt it that night.
So-
After that,
Oh.
I said I will never, ever say nothing about a DJ when I go somewhere.
Yeah.
You're no longer responsible for the ones and twos.
No,
It ain't for you.
I was like, damn, I can't satisfy nobody in this motherfucker. God
Look, when
damn.
people when I'm just chilling, just with my friends, they be like, "Oh, Jessica, I'm not on the aux.
Right.
I'm off. Like,
Right.
y'all not about to work me to
Facts. Facts.
Everybody needs a little break.
Yeah, like
Needs a little breather. Everybody needs something. But listen, guys, y'all stay tuned. Stay right there. Don't go nowhere. Gotta pay a few bills. We be right back.
Step Construction is here for you with a brand new offer. We now provide affordable storage sheds. Stop wasting your money on overpriced storage units and portable containers. Step Construction can provide you with a custom shed that will fit your budget and storage needs. So contact Step Construction today at 504-340-5809 for your own personal quote. Let us help you take the next step at Step Construction.
It's DatBoyFred, host of FanView podcast. Tune into the NOTN app weekdays 3:30 for the FanView podcast. Go to NewOrleansTalkNetwork.com to watch more episodes of FanView podcast. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and watch.
Like we said, people, we came through with it. Still Body is here. And we want to thank Dr. Kendra for her creation, helping people, loving people, and doing it through the area of healing. Dr. Kendra, you tell us, what is it doing?
It's changing lives all over the world, from here to Jamaica. We are excited. If you want results, get your Still Body today.
To get your bottle of Still Body, call Dr. Kendra at 504 237-4000, or you can call myself, Dr. Truth, at 504-416-5256. We are available to you. Text us if you have to, call us if you have to, but get in touch with us, because what you see here is for you, and we will make sure that you get it. Be blessed.
All right, guys, we back. FanView podcast, get locked in, get subscribed. We got DJ Jess in the building.
Wow.
Y'all already know you did. Listen, Jess, I want to talk about, you've been now DJing for Pelicans games. How did that come about? I mean, we go to Pelicans games now, a lot of times when you go to these big events, you've been now doing a lot of big events here in New Orleans, like a lot of big events.
God is good.
All the time.
All the time, guys.
And all the time. All the time. And we talking about big time, prime time Pelican games. We talking about, when the Lakers come into town. We talking about when some heavy hitter teams come into town. The DJ in the building is you. How did those connections work? How did those relationships get started? And how did you be able to become the person that could DJ for these type of events?
How did I get that? So I got the call. I'm not the DJ anymore.
Okay.
No, I'm not a DJ anymore, but I was.
Let's talk about when you was.
Yeah. But when I got the call, I think Raj actually referred me. Another DJ had quit, because this is before they even had an in-game DJ.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, so they wasn't even doing it.
They wasn't even doing that.
They just had the DJs around the arena at different spots just DJing. So when he quit, Raj called me and he referred me, and then I referred one of my friends, and so both of us had ended up getting on like that. And then I guess they liked what I was doing in the lobby, because I was right in the lobby as soon as you walk in or whatever. I was down there. I guess they liked what I was doing. I lucked up because they made Raj the in-game DJ when they made it to the playoffs that year.
Yes.
But the second game, or was it the first game? One of the games he couldn't make it because he had a wedding. So they asked me to do it. And then they asked me to do it again because he couldn't come again. So yeah,
Were you nervous?
I was. They was like, it's 70,000 people in there. or however many people it is.
I think it hold 18.
It was okay, so 17. Yeah, 17.
God damn.
17,000. Yeah, so yeah, I was like, this a lot of people. I've never played in front of a crowd that big before. So I ain't gonna lie, y'all. The first game, if you watch the game, if you look back at it, you're just gonna see me just staring at the screen most of the time. Cause I'm just taking everything in. Like I was in awe, cause like I had an earpiece in my ear. It's a whole production.
Right.
So like they're like saying they had a lot going on too because of the playoffs. So like they're like, release the parachutes, and out of nowhere I see parachutes coming down. So they coming to me though, but I'm watching the parachutes come down.
Right.
I'm in the game. Like, they like look at the screen, Jess. Look at this. I'm like, oh yeah, let me DJ. Because they had the camera on me, so I'm trying to like play with the camera too or whatever. But I was just in awe for the whole game because I was just amazed, and I was like, wow, like I'm doing the Pelicans game.
Right, you're part of this whole experience. You're like,
yeah, and the people were rocking with me, so I was just like, and after the game, everybody was coming up. It was like, oh my gosh, you did so amazing. I'm like, right, that's exactly how it was.
Viral moment.
So right. So no, like I was. The first game, definitely, but the second game, I was like, all right, I'm ready now. But it was a good experience. I appreciated that. Yeah.
That's a hell of a moment.
Yeah.
In your journey. Talk about your relationship with Swin Cash, man. I'm a big fan of her. I think
Me too.
I want to say she's the only female president in the NBA, right?
correct.
If I'm not mistaken. I know she got you on at the women's.
Yeah, she's got time.
For Essence.
Yeah, so this is her second year doing it, and second time booking me for it. Man, let me tell you about that. Like, I had posted in my close friends recently after she was at, I did what did I do? I forgot what I did, but I did an event and she was speaking. And I saw her then and she just waved at me, like she waving at me like we cool, cool.
Right.
Whatever. Like,
she like 6'1".
Yeah, she is. But you know, like every time she sees me now, like she makes it a point to speak to me,
Right.
or whatever. Her and her husband, or whatever. Like we cool. Like I feel
Right.
like we cool.
Yeah, you got a relationship.
Yeah, you know,
You
she
got a
give me a
connection.
big hug all the time and everything too. It's all love or whatever. So I was just like, man, like it's crazy. Like I grew up watching her,
Yeah.
and being a fan of her at
Yep.
UConn, and when she went to the WNBA, and now she know my name. Like that's crazy to me.
crazy.
Yeah, like and she liked me. So
Right. And you used to be a hooper.
yeah, so you know, like I'm like this, like it was a full circle moment. Like I was the first time I met her, I was excited too, but I couldn't act like I was
Yeah.
big
Get
fan
off.
girl. Yeah,
Get off.
but
And I act like I've been here before.
Yeah.
right. But no, I just think that's cool that that I'm getting that notoriety around the city like that people calling me for things. So yeah, no, Swing Cash, she's super dope. She's just so positive and nice or whatever, So yeah, I like Swim Cash.
A lot of people when they going through their journey, they have some type of mentor or somebody that kind of like help them and guide them through certain trials and tribulations that you go through. Do you have somebody that when you started this journey or currently that kind of mentored you through this process?
Not really. I've been
So
winging
you
this.
just been winging it.
I've been on my own, but not on my own. Like because we have a great DJ community in the city. Like
Definitely.
if you need some help with something, people like you could reach out. It's easy. They don't mind helping you. They like everybody's like, oh, come over. I'll show you how to do this or whatever. Like so that's more of what it's been like. But I don't have like one person that I'm like that I just been under or learning from. And I feel like a part of me be wanting to reach out sometimes and like, but I feel like they probably look at me like, cause sometimes I ask them, I'm like, oh, teach me how to. I be joking, I be like, teach me how to DJ, but I be dead ass,
Right.
cause I be like,
Right.
I be right, like, but I be serious, but I like, I want to learn, I want to get a little bit more technical and things like that, learn how to use my board a little bit more, like how some of the people that I look up to do, but. Just even like learning how to structure a set. Like I be winging it. I play what I feel,
Right.
or whatever. But when I talk to other DJs, they'll tell me things like they'll tell me like how their sets are, and I'm like, oh, when I get they'll say things like when I get in my in my Wayne set or my BR set or something like that. I'm like, oh, y'all actually call it like a set. Like
Yeah.
you got a set list of songs that you play at this moment.
Right.
Or whatever. I don't have that.
Right.
I don't really want it because I don't want to sound repetitive.
Yeah.
Correct.
Because we're going to play a lot of the same songs anyway when you come and see me DJ.
Right.
But I don't want you to know what song is coming next. Because I feel like some DJs, you go to their set enough time, you know what they about to play next.
Yeah.
Correct.
And I don't want to do
Kinda know
that.
their rotation.
Yeah.
Every time when this song come on, you be like, that
Yeah.
one may come behind it. That one may come behind it. Nah,
And I know exactly how they're going to transition it and everything. And I'd be like, I don't want nobody to know what's coming next for real.
So you're trying to, your niche is keeping it fresh, spontaneous, innovative,
Yeah.
organic for that matter.
Right. Yeah.
I think that's
And I think your music selection is so broad, it's a large. You touching all type of demographics too. I don't think every DJ is capable of doing it.
They got a lot of DJs who I may go to a place or two and like, they could do bounce.
Yep.
That's their niche.
Yep.
They got that.
Yeah, after 12 o'clock, homie on.
Yeah.
If you know bounce ain't gonna pop before 12.
Right.
Like if you playing bounce around 19, you're like, hey, bro.
You gotta make sure that liquor
Yeah.
in the pores.
Yeah, you gotta
that liquor starts
gotta
thinking in.
get deep in there.
Yeah.
Some people can really do that. And some people can really do an older audience. Like, okay, that's just their thing, But it's very difficult. I haven't seen many DJs that can do a variety of different people.
I do a lot of, and like now, because this is like part of my plan. Like I wanted to do more, just different types of gigs. Like I wanted more corporate gigs. Like the last few years, that's what I was working towards, just getting more corporate gigs, and I got those. Cause I feel like honestly, I have more fun with the corporate gigs and just the gigs where I could play a little bit of everything. I get tired of playing the same, like just rap or bounce or I want to play some Taylor Swift maybe.
Yeah.
Some Fergie. Yeah, big girls don't.
Yeah. You did.
Yeah, DJ G. I want to play some of that. You know, I love house music. I love dance music or whatever. I love all music really. So like I want to play everything. I don't want to just get stuck in playing just the same genres. Yeah, R&B or hip hop or
rap.
yeah, I don't want to get stuck in it. So that I pray for more corporate gigs and more white people gigs, honestly. I'm not gonna lie.
Because I be seeing them like, no,
I pray for those,
Jess is not limiting herself.
No,
like
because I want to be bookable.
Yep.
I don't want to just be like, this is what I do for a living. So I can't just be doing the same gigs every week or whatever. I'm gonna get tired of that.
Yep. Correct.
For the burnout, the burnout is real. Like it was at a point where I was like, you know what? During the pandemic, for sure, I was just like, "Ooh, child, I need something different right now, or whatever, But
you can book me for Zulu ball and Endymion ball.
Right, exactly. I could do both.
Do both now.
I could do both. Oh, you could book me for anything. I'm available.
Right. I do want to talk to you about this. Just I think you did a phenomenal job of building your brand over the last 7 years, and I think a big part of it is because of your professionalism. What's your take on when us black folks get into business and we start trying to be entrepreneurs out here in the world? We fall short of that, but you haven't.
Maybe, I don't know, maybe it's my business, business marketing. I don't know. I ain't learning for real. But let me stop. But I don't know. I just don't want nobody to say nothing bad about me. Mm-hmm. So that's one. Like, I want to make sure I'm doing good business. Even if, like, I say I agree I could do something and then I can't, and, later on, I'm going to try to make sure I find the best DJ to replace me.
Right.
If I can. Or whatever. Like, I'm going to make sure I have my equipment that I need. Mm-hmm. Like, I noticed a lot of DJs don't be having that. I'm like, how you don't?
Mm-hmm.
But
not showing up on time.
Yeah. And, sometimes I be late, but I'm not, like, late. Like
Right.
Like, I'm not like,
stuff happens. Life be life.
Life be lifing.
Yes.
But like, I'm gonna let you know. So I be hearing sometimes people don't even tell them that they running late.
Exactly.
And I found out when I started doing this, like, because everybody would tell me, they'd be like, you're like you say, like you actually one of the more professional DJs out here. And I'm like, well, what are the people doing? Because in my mind, like, what are they not, like, what are they doing? Whatever. I be hearing, but in my mind, I'm like, well, what are they doing to where, like, they not, I don't know.
Well, I think that comes down to some people, there's a difference between a craft and a hobby.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. I think you take it as it's your craft. So you take a little bit more pride in your approach and the way you want to do it. Versus when, I think when I've noticed when people do things just as a hobby.
Yeah.
It's not to mean that they don't mean well. But some things fall through the crack. The attention to detail or being on time or something as those effects they're not as clear with that. Mm-hmm. So they'll come maybe late, but they don't have an explanation why.
Right.
But if it's your craft, it's like, okay, I'm explaining.
Then they'll come late and don't even have everything they need.
Correct.
Or whatever, or working equipment. It'd be like, nah, come on now, y'all.
Operating like it's a hobby versus your craft. At some point in time, if it wants to become your craft, you gotta pay the dues and do the things that's needed to get it done. I think that's where sometimes that professional, and I think a lot of time with our people, we gotta take that into real consideration that if you want to do this shit, because I think DJs they got DJs who's trying to create the best business possible, but they got too many out there that do it part-time or they just have it as a hobby.
Yeah.
And they put the DJ name in front of them.
And then they charge less.
Yes.
And then they messing up the prices.
And they create the bad reputation.
Messing up the market,
Messing up the market. Then you get a real
they look at me like I'm high. Yeah. I'm like, I'm not even charging you.
And I'm doing this. And it's like, well, I got this guy here. He can do it for this, but he got a DJ name in front of you and his name, and you got a DJ in front of your name.
Well, you get what you pay for.
That is true. And I look whenever somebody acts like what I charge them is too much, I be like, they gonna get whatever DJ they get or whatever, because I know from like talking to other DJs how much they charge, how much I charge, and I'm not even as expensive as I could be,
right?
Just because I still want to be bookable.
You still wanna book-
Like I
Right.
still want to be bookable. Like I don't feel like I'm cheating myself, but I know if I charge this amount of money, who gonna book
Who
me?
gonna book me?
Right.
You became unavailable.
Yeah, and this is what I do for a living. This is all I do. So like who's gonna book me? But also people gotta learn how to invest into themselves. Like I didn't play around. Like when I first started, my dad's friend, he gave me one of his speakers to use. Whenever I had a gig, he let me borrow his speaker. And it wasn't the best, like, you know, but
You made it work.
Yeah, I made it work. And then when I got a little money, I went and bought me this little cheap speaker. I was like, it's cheap, so now I gotta save up to get me some real good speakers or whatever.
Right.
Like I pretty much was just investing back into myself. I still do that now. Like if my equipment isn't where it need to be, because I know how much I gig. Like I can't be going to these people weddings, stuff sounding messed up or whatever. Like, you know, I can't go to the birthday party like that. So
No, they didn't spend the fortune on that wedding. The birthday part, I don't know, but that
yeah, the wedding for sure.
That wedding for sure.
Yeah, like I don't play with people's weddings. Like I take it as serious as they take it because that's a big important day. Like you're not about to say just ruin my wedding.
Right.
Oh, no.
Right.
And
One
I didn't.
night, but man, who the fuck was the DJ?
What's the DJ? Like
And
no.
I've been there and seen that
Yes,
before.
yes.
Yeah, like no, I don't want you to be like man, she was whack or whatever. Like I've had like a wedding or two where I was like that wasn't my best wedding, but they ain't give me the info I needed. They ain't tell me what I was walking into. Cause like before I go, like I always talk to the couples, like okay, what type of music y'all want to hear? What's like the age demographic? Okay, where y'all from? Because I get a lot of couples maybe from out of town too or whatever. Like, you know, I try to figure all that out because if I walk in thinking this is a New Orleans wedding and it's not,
That changes things.
that does. Like, them people don't want to hear all that bounce. If it's not a New Orleans wedding, like, what is that? What is Anita Baker?
No. Exactly.
Like, they don't want to hear that or whatever.
It may be a diversified crowd. They may want to hear some Maroon 5. Who knows?
Exactly. You know, I've had some weddings. It'll be a black wedding, and they'll tell me, you know, I want a part where I hear some rock music in the middle of it, and I'm like, cool, that's my judge. I got you. Like, you know. But yeah, so no, I just in my mind, professionalism. I just don't want nobody to ever have anything bad to say about me. You know. So I just try to make sure I'm on my stuff.
I definitely gotta give you a flower with that because I'm pro-black. I love to support like businesses, but sometimes we make it hard to support each other.
Yeah,
sometimes
that's true.
because of the professionalism. I know some people that I could say a barber, for example. Like you got some barbers that's professional and that's not professional. And then the ones that are not professional, they like could cut really, really good.
Yeah.
Right.
But they unprofessional.
Mm-hmm.
You know, people that got boutiques and clothing lines or whatever they doing, food trucks, whatever. Bro, if you're not professional, dog, and look, I know we human, things happen, but if it's like a consistent thing where you showing that you unprofessional, it's hard for me to support that.
I think
And so I just thought I should share that with you. Just like
Thank you, I appreciate
every
it.
gig I've ever been to, like you always super professional, always super in a good mood, very positive, very energetic. I don't think I ever seen you mad before. You know what I mean? I think
Right.
all that is infectious,
Uh-huh.
in the environment that you at.
Yeah.
I just think that to add to that, I think it's a lot of times, and I'm going to say it because we're on FanView podcast. We have this thing about us that because we share the same skin, we could just
Slack off.
Yeah.
We could just slack off. We don't have to be as, we don't have to speak well.
And
I want the same treatment you gave that white lady.
Exactly.
I want the
Yeah,
same
exactly.
treatment
We don't have
that
to
white
speak
man
well.
got.
We
Yeah.
don't have to be.
treat me how you would have treat.
Yeah. We
Gail
can
Benson.
shortcut.
Yeah.
You the same way.
We can shortcut. We can do this. We can we share the same skin. And I'd be like, no, not at all. Not that I want any different level of excellence.
Yeah.
Because we share the same skin. But yeah, no, the way you showed her respect, show me the same respect. The same energy you gave that non-black person, because I ain't gonna say they're always Caucasian.
Yeah.
The same energy you gave them, show me the same energy.
Right.
Mhm.
And I think that we have an issue with that when we meet each other. We just naturally expect that we can slack off, we can shortcut. The attention
We
to
expect
detail.
people to do stuff for us for a super discount.
Oh man.
For what? That there.
Them discounts. I said I'm not giving out no more discounts this year.
Come on, man. Talk about it.
But yeah, cause they like, so here's my
Trying to
thing.
abuse that shit.
Yeah,
man.
cause like me personally, I feel like I'm a real fair person when it comes to my prices, especially if I rock with you.
Right.
Right.
If I rock with you, I'm gonna always look out, especially if you've been supporting me.
Support
Right.
me.
I'm gonna always look out. But it be the people who I really shouldn't even give a discount to. I gave a discount to, and now they talking about, ooh, can you go a little? No, I cannot. I just gave you a discount, and they might not know that, but it's just like, no. And then they'll still be like, oh, that's too much. Well, go find another DJ
Yep.
who gonna do it for cheaper, because I guarantee you the prices. Because especially if I give you a discounted price. Most of the time, ain't no other DJ gonna do it for that price. I'm doing it off of the strength that I rock with you,
Yep.
Right.
or whatever. Now you're taking advantage of me, and now I don't want to do your event.
And
Right.
then not only that, you get somebody a discount, right? They expect a discount every time.
Yeah,
Like, come on, man. Like, at the end of the day, this is my livelihood.
right.
Like, come on, bro.
And the issue I have with that is that we're consistent with that. We do that too often, too much, all the time. I know I got a lot of black people I go do business with that, hey, Fred, I got you, I got a fee. When I come in that place, man, I'm not here for that, dog.
Right, like people
I'm
be
easy for
trying to
that, though.
give you discounts sometimes. You be like, no,
Nah, I'm
I
good.
got
I'm
you,
good. I'm
because
good.
it's your business. At the
This
end of the
is
day,
your
I don't
business.
mind
This is how you
paying
support
full
you and your
price.
family. Don't worry about that.
If you want to give me this, I'll take it.
Right.
You know,
right.
but
There'll be a time where we can make amends on that.
Yeah.
This may not be that day. This may not be that time. You know, now I ain't saying I'm gonna come around with some big old favor and I'm gonna ask for that amends. That ain't really who I am. But at some point in time, we'll make that up at some other date. You know, it may be something that we do later on. Ain't got nothing to do with this. You know, okay, cool, we good on that.
right.
But I think that we have that as a bad habit amongst our community of people. We just see each other and we think that, oh, it's naturally discount, it's natural savings, or what's the clearance on it? And it's like, well, at some point in time, bro, this is somebody live, this is how they.
Because they don't go into the other stores and ask
No.
that.
Absolutely. No, absolutely.
They don't do that.
And they don't walk out, they pay the fare and they keep it pushing.
You be like, ooh, that was expensive. Or they'll be bucked up that they paid that much for
They
it.
come back and tell you with a high level of enthusiasm. Oh, I didn't bought that over that. You be like,
Yeah, post the receipt.
yeah.
Yeah. I done had some people like they don't realize that I know that I picked up on what they said, or like, or I noticed like, oh, they went with somebody else
Right.
or whatever because they may have charged a little bit less than what I did, but
Did that.
We've all been there.
Probably thinking to ourselves like, they think I'm supposed to be mad or something?
yeah.
I ain't mad. I'm booked.
But like they'll be talking and like I'll be like, they don't realize that I hear them saying like, okay, like basically you only, or like, okay, yeah, you basically only came to me because I charged you this or whatever. Like they don't be hearing how they sound or whatever, but they be bragging about like, oh, cause so and so charged me XYZ. Like, yeah, that's pretty much it's pretty much what it's going for or whatever. Like,
I also add to this, I don't think people really realize that how important the DJ is to an event.
What?
you,
I don't
make or
think-
break it.
they
no,
do not.
But they really
Some people don't.
They really don't.
Cause
They
they
just-
did, they would pay us.
Yes.
They wouldn't try to talk us down on our prices.
Right. They really don't.
And all that. And I get it. Like some nightclubs, you know, they got staff they gotta pay.
Correct.
Right.
They got the bartenders, they got the security, the bar back, you know, people at the door and all that. So they got all these people they gotta pay. Plus they gotta pay their bills.
Correct.
But also, you got to pay me, like, because these people wouldn't be, like, especially if I'm bringing a crowd. Now, if I'm not bringing a crowd, because there are some DJs that are good DJs, but they just don't have a crowd or whatever. But they could hold whatever crowd come in there or whatever. So I could see you be like, okay, well, I'm gonna pay them this because they not bringing no extra people. But if I'm bringing people and you see you better pay me what I want because I'm not gonna come back or whatever. Like, that's on you.
I think that
'Cause look, I guarantee you, when I'm coming from home and I'm about to come to the city and I want to go do something, I'm going to Just Pay. Let me see what she is.
yeah,
Oh, she over here? Shh, about to go over here.
but I don't
That's
think,
just how we do things.
right. But I don't think people really understand the value of that. That DJ is part of it.
Yeah.
They could make or break your club.
Yes.
Like your night that night. Like if the DJs suck, everybody leaving.
Yep.
Yeah, they out.
They out. Like you're not selling no drinks, no hookahs, no food. Like people gone or whatever. So you could go the cheap route and get this DJ or whatever that only charge you $250, but you're gonna get $250 worth of work.
Yep. Yep.
You know, or they just not bringing any extra people in or whatever. So it's not really, so.
What advice would you have for somebody that they might not even be trying to DJ? They might be trying to do something else career wise when it comes to building a brand, man. Like I told you, a few minutes ago, I think you did a really good job of building your brand over the last 7 years.
I think consistency is probably the main thing, especially now with like the social media era. Like people just gotta see that you're doing something. Even if you're not doing anything, just post a picture of yourself looking good or whatever. Like, or just post something. Like, consistency is definitely the thing in whatever you're doing. As far as like branding yourself, that was you asked, right? Yeah, like as far as like branding yourself, like you just got to be consistent with like posting on social media. Definitely practice or whatever you're doing, even if it's not DJing, whatever you got to do. If you I don't know, if you sell houses, even if you ain't sold a house, just keep posting like you selling them. Like
Yes.
you gotta fake it till you make it sometimes. I'm not lying. Like you gotta, like when I first was DJing, there's probably nobody at my gigs, but I'm not about to pan the whole room showing you it's empty as hell. Like I'm gonna show you them people right there.
Right.
I'm gonna show you the good part,
Yeah,
make it look
angles.
good. Yeah. Them people over in the corner. All right. Yeah, they jamming. That's all I need for the night, just to show that I'm doing something.
Right.
Or whatever. I really think that's the main thing. Consistency and actually like whatever your thing is, getting good at it. Like really like taking it serious. If you gotta practice something, it gotta be an everyday type of thing or whatever. Because literally when I first started, that's I don't practice as much as I need to now. Cause I be working, I be like,
You be booking.
I be like, I'm practicing at my gigs, yo. Sometimes I really do. If y'all hear me scratching, I be practicing. But
Right.
but yeah, like practicing, like that's key. But like really, like consistency, that's it.
What went into you and Legatron starting with my girls that whole little theme, and a lot of people been rocking with it.
Yeah, shout out to my girl Legatron.
Right.
But that was something we came up with as a collective. We was like, I went to her. I was like, I want to do a all female themed party or whatever. It was something for the women. Technically, men are invited. They could come, but our rules are you got to come with a lady or you got to be invited with one of us. But people just be pulling up. But you know how it be.
I'm out like a lamp. Like
I ain't gonna take y'all down.
We not gonna turn down any money, but but yeah. So we was like coming up with names where my girls that stuck, and we just been rocking ever since. Like I don't even know how many years it's been. Like 4 years, I think. Yeah, 4 years now. Dang, because we started in the pandemic. So which was
things starting that pandemic.
yeah. So
Did you start that around the same time? No, y'all been doing Fellowship Fridays for about 2 years?
yeah,
Okay.
no, we've been doing it a year. It's been a year.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm sorry, yeah.
No. So we just started. That's fresh. But so we actually started. Our first party was right before the pandemic, before everything closed down. It was in March.
Okay.
We had our first party, and then like the city closed down, and then we was like, dang, we only got one party, y'all. So
Right.
we did like a live stream together at this club that let us do it during the pandemic, and then we found Cole, who owns the Axiom Gallery.
Yeah.
He let us do our parties there, like some underground stuff during the pandemic. We wasn't supposed to, but
Right.
but we was partying, and that's kind of where it grew. Like during the pandemic or whatever, like everybody pulling up. It was hot. It was hot, y'all.
It was
Because
Like Dragons Den.
it was hot.
It was hot.
It was hot. Like
Like I'm still for Dragons Den.
no, yes, it was hot up in there.
That place be burning up in Dragons Den.
Oh yeah, they
my
doing some renovations now. I'm like, hopefully they fixing it up.
Right.
But no, it just I love that we got to do that because it was like kind of like a house party type theme, vibe that we was giving off or whatever, and then everybody was just coming through. We needed that release during the pandemic, so it was just cool. And me and her, we kind of have like a similar style, but we're also different at the same time. If y'all come to our gigs, y'all notice that. But like we just mesh well. So I'm happy that, and that's another thing. People be like, oh, the girls probably be beefing and stuff like that, but we don't. Like,
Right.
it ain't, it's all love. Like I said, we have a really good DJ community
Right.
in the city. So everybody supports everybody for the most part. So yeah, it's just been a cool ride. We going to Atlanta this weekend where my girls at.
Wasn't y'all just in Atlanta not too long ago?
We did it last year, and then now we're going back again or whatever. So yeah, we trying to get it on the road for real.
And it's so crazy because before you started DJing 7 years ago, the only female DJ I really remember, I went to Dallas, DJ Duffy.
Oh yeah, and I played basketball with her. Yeah, AAU.
That's crazy. Yeah. See, so like I got a lot of family in Dallas, and my mama used to live in Dallas, so I used to be out there a lot. And I went to some spots there where she was DJing it, and she used to have it rocking. That's the first time I ever seen a female DJ.
Honestly, when I saw her DJing, that's what made me want to be. That's what made me there. I was like, if she doing it, then there's a lane for me,
right,
or whatever. Like when I saw her on social media DJing, I was like, dang, she a DJ now?
Yeah.
Cause she was down. I don't know if she lived here, but she played on our team down here when we was younger.
Okay.
Or whatever.
I didn't know she had Louisiana roots.
Yeah, you know everybody do these days.
Yeah.
But yeah, so when that's who really inspired me to take it serious or whatever. Because when I saw her DJing, I was like, okay, if she doing it, then I know it's possible.
Right, you need to see. Sometimes
you gotta see it. Yeah, because
you have in your mind one thing, but until you see somebody actually doing it, you're like, okay, my thoughts are here. But I'm not really watching anybody
that I connect with like that. So I have a friend. She doesn't live here anymore, but she was trying to DJ as well a few years back, like way before I right before I got started. But it didn't take off for her. So in that time, they weren't checking for female DJs or whatever. Like, so it was hard for her to get gigs and stuff like that or whatever. Like, she had everything. She used to be on the radio. She was a radio personality, but she wanted to DJ too, but she couldn't get the gigs like that. So in my mind, I'm thinking there was no lane for me out here. But then when I saw Duffy, I was like, yo, I think I can do it or whatever. So
she got Dallas.
Wow. Yeah, and then she was on tour with all the Currency, Drake, French Montana. So I was like, yeah, I could do this or whatever.
I've always been interested in DJs. So I grew up with a DJ. I don't know if you know him, DJ Juice. Like he from Homer. We went to high school together. He been on tour with like Gates and Boosie and all of them. He do a lot of different.
I think I follow him.
Yeah, he DJ'd at well, it's K Social now, but
Craig.
Okay. He DJ'd a bunch of times over there for Jarrell. And so I've always been interested and always paid attention to DJs. He been DJing since we was like 10 years old. Mm-hmm. Like he been doing it. You know what I mean? Yeah. And so like I have a real appreciation for y'all craft and the journey. You know what I mean? So you know, I'm just super proud of you, Jess.
Thank you.
No doubt.
Look at it.
Look. I mean, blushing. Thank you.
Like a big brother over there.
Oh, you know, proud of me.
You know, when you see somebody, when you've been knowing somebody for a long time and you see them like
graduate,
just keep elevating like that, especially when I never knew she was into music like that way back then. I'm just thinking,
you never buy a CD from me? Okay.
I didn't know you was doing it.
Right.
I'd have been having a Grand Prix.
I was burning all the music. Man, my friends used to hate getting in my car because all I used to listen to was Gucci, Nicki Minaj.
It's Gucci.
Gucci. Oh, I had all the Gucci, man. They used to hate that.
Right.
Gucci, Nicki Minaj, and Beyonce. That's all we listen to.
Oh, my Lord.
Yeah. Now, see, give me some stats. I'll tell you some stats about Beyonce.
Oh, Lord. Oh, the beat.
Let's get into it. Look.
Right.
Yeah.
So, with you being a female hooper, man, we got to get into this, man. What's your take on the landscape of women's basketball right now, man? It's a hot commodity. It's bigger than ever before.
Yeah.
And so, you know, have you been paying attention to it, and what's your take on it?
Yeah, I think it's good that they finally getting the shine on them or whatever. Like the new class, like all the people that came in, they're really good. Yeah, they about to turn the WNBA up. I know everybody was talking about the Caitlin Clark and all that, like they was getting mad and stuff, but I'm rooting for her because if she does well, Because if she doesn't do well, yeah, if she doesn't do well, then that's it.
Right.
You know, I'm not gonna say it's it,
We're
but
not putting on the Olympic team.
well, I don't think so. Because I mean, she just
Hold
got
up.
there.
What?
She just got there. She ain't earned it yet.
She should have had a spot on that team.
No, she didn't earn it yet. I don't think so.
He couldn't.
This is why, listen, I understand it. This is why I think she should have had a spot. Because think about how much more viewers they would have brought to the Olympics for the women's basketball
Yeah,
if she
true.
would have played in the Olympics.
True,
I
but
want to keep growing the game.
but then they but the type of pressure that she has on her right now, how they looking at her.
Distraction.
I feel like, and also because everybody keeps saying they keep giving her everything. They couldn't give her that spot.
Right.
They would have definitely been like, oh, they just put her on there because of whatever.
Yeah, they didn't need her to win. And
No.
they didn't need her to win. But more important, she couldn't practice to even qualify for the team. I think when she was supposed to try out for the team, I think
They were still in college.
They were still in college, but they was in the Final Four with.
They went too deep.
They went too deep, and so they ended up going to the national championship game where they lost to LSU. That's why Angel Reese wasn't on the team either.
Oh, okay.
They couldn't try out.
Because she could have been on the team too. Angel Reese been doing her thing, but yeah, and even I feel like they need to start highlighting a little bit more the other girls, but because I mean they causing beef with everybody
Right.
for no reason.
But I think Angel Wilson getting her due diligence. Like
yeah, she a beast.
Yeah, she's starting to like she wore them shades. What shade? Who shade she was wearing? Was that Anthony Edwards shade? She had somebody's shades on and like it went viral. Like she been getting a lot of publicity over the last few months, and then like
She's the best.
And then
in the
she
world.
dating
she's the best in the WNBA.
that,
the best
that
in the world.
NBA player now too.
Who she dating?
They say they rumored Bam. I don't know Bam.
Dating Bam?
That's
I didn't know that.
Oh Lord, this is some tea over here.
But they got a
Look,
7-foot
y'all. So I
7-foot point guard.
you
Yes.
not a 7-foot point
tea over
guard. But no, so I don't know if y'all be like on and watching looking at the comments, but people were saying like they was like, man, the WNBA more interested in the NBA because they got more tea, like they got more stuff going on. They like the players dating each other,
Yeah.
the players dating the coaches, like.
Oh, and I knew about that.
I knew about that.
Did y'all see there was this one game, I don't know who the players were, but they were exes and they was on different teams. But I guess they still must be cool. Cause
See this game. Hold on.
what happened? So one of the girls, she must have filed her ex's teammate or whatever. And then the teammate was about to charge at her, like trying to like fight or whatever. And then the ex like held her back
did
or
see
whatever.
that.
And they was like, man, I
This
wish
was like a couple weeks ago.
No, I think it was like a month or two ago. But it was like, man, I wish my teammate would hold me back because that's her ex-girlfriend.
I didn't know that though. I seen that. I remember that because the girl ran. She ran like ran completely in the opposite direction.
Like,
If it's the same incident, I'm thinking about.
I don't know.
I can't remember who it was.
all I know is she was holding her teammate back like that. Like, don't do that. Don't do
Right.
that or whatever. But it's like, girl,
Right. I like it because
she like stepped in the middle. She wasn't even like, she just stepped in the
Right.
middle like, don't do that.
Right.
I like the fact that regards to what exposure they're getting it. Regardless
Yeah,
to
I
how
like
it's
it.
coming. People they need to talk about basketball more. Man, listen, bro. Let's keep this a band. Women like drama. If they got a few drama in there.
Better than no publicity.
Yeah, at least they talking about them.
They
They
talking
watching the
about it.
games. I hope this gets some more paid because I have a lot of friends that have been playing overseas for years or whatever. And it's just like they make more money overseas, which is crazy.
Yep.
Right.
It's crazy. Like how they got more money overseas to pay these women than what y'all do in the US.
I know they just said that they're gonna start being able to fly.
Instead of taking buses.
Instead of taking buses now, yeah, they're gonna be
And
able
again,
to fly first class and stuff
Right.
like that.
And
And everybody was saying like that's not a big deal. But then I forgot what WNBA player came out there was like, y'all don't understand how big of a deal that is.
That is.
That's a start. We'll take it.
Right, like
Right.
riding on a bus for let's say you got to go from New York to LA. That's a long
Right.
time or whatever.
Exactly. And so
Like,
it just no. I'm liking
Or just being able to ride first class.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's
Leg
right.
room, man. Them girls tall.
You stupid.
For real.
They do.
Exactly.
They do.
I just think all those advances, man, it takes time. And I'm happy that the time is coming. And
Yeah.
I'm happy that it's growing and expanding. And
I feel
people
like it's
paying
time for
attention.
women these days.
It is.
We getting our time now.
This y'all century so far. The 20th y'all century.
Yeah,
That
no.
was past tense, and now we're in the 21st century, and things are evolving. Things
Even
are
for
changing.
me.
Exact. From DJs to women's sports, women's gymnastics, track and field. Women are y'all have become a highlight of
Mhm.
a lot of different industries and things that's going on, and I'm happy for it.
Yeah.
I'm happy about it. I'm happy to witness it. I'm happy to be watching. I'm happy to be a part of it. And some men just like, man, you know, man, bro, you sound like from the 20th century.
Right. Right.
You
Like,
know-
because what is the problem?
Right. Right.
If she wants to do it and she can
Are
be
we
prosperous
taking
at doing
anything
it,
away from y'all?
Right.
Then, you know.
Right. And then
do
you
your
got people
thing.
coming down the pipeline like Juju Watkins.
Yeah.
Oh,
Uh,
yeah.
The freshman from South Carolina. I forgot her name. She played like a damn boy.
or Paige Buckner gonna be, be coming in.
Yeah,
And-
so
I was worried about the women's game. I'm not gonna lie.
we was too.
I was
Everybody
worried
was.
because for the longest, like because I used to work the AAU games with Coach Rock
Mm-hmm.
or whatever, and just like all those games, and I'll just be watching the talent, and I'm just like, the girls don't have it anymore. Like when we was playing, like we was, like I remember some of the girls I played with. I see them in the WNBA now, and I'm just like, when I was watching the girls below me, I was just like, they just don't have it like that. First, the girls don't even want to play sports.
Right.
Right.
I remember I went back to car to go watch them. I was like, what is this?
They got it going over there
What
right now.
is this? I gotta go see.
Yeah, Antoine. Forgot her first name. She was a freshman this year. She gonna be a sophomore. She probably gonna go high major.
Okay.
Yeah, her dad is the coach.
Echo?
Yeah, yep, Echo. Yep. I
Okay.
forgot her first name, but her last name is Antoine. She is really, really good.
I just started back playing basketball, so
Come on, man, that cardio.
So I'm washed up, y'all. But
We all are.
That nice little elbow shot though.
and now my elbow
Y'all
be
are.
cracking.
You know what I'm saying? We
Elbow
all
be
are.
cracking. I be
Listen.
like, oh Lord.
This is strictly cardio now.
Right, exactly. That's when me and my friends we started playing again. And we was like maybe we could go play against the girls at college because we used to do that when we was younger in our 20s. We used to go back and go play against
Right.
them. But it was like maybe we could go do that now. And they was like, no, they kind of good now. They said
Right.
Now,
Right.
they said they kind of good now. We gotta wait.
We bad now.
They was like, we gotta get in shape to do that.
Yeah.
They may be the same skill set. We bad.
Right.
Arms cracking, legs,
Oh man, my ankle still been hurting. I came down on it. My ankle been hurting. for
Dang,
a
Jeff.
month.
tough. Tough.
It's stiff. I'm like, why is my ankle still hurt?
Because you're older.
Yeah, I need to sit my
It
ankle
ain't
down.
healing
That's
the
what I
same.
need to do.
It ain't healing the same.
Ball is not life anymore, y'all. It's not.
It was at a time.
It was.
It had its error.
I probably kept playing for a little bit after college too. Like me and my friends, we would still get together or whatever. We'll go to call and go play. But yeah, we stopped. People started having kids and stuff.
Yeah. That go.
Life started happening.
Life started
Life started life.
Postpartum and stuff like that.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
That shit real, man. That shit real, bro. That shit real.
It's tough in these streets.
How do you have time for? I always like to ask this too to entrepreneurs, because I'm heavy into what I do and I'm passionate about what I do, and sometimes my family complains about my time management and me not being able to be at certain events, or if I do come, I gotta leave early, or I gotta show up a little late, whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
How do you find time to still have a personal life and spend time with your family and take vacations? I know I saw you went to Jamaica this past summer.
Yeah, I did a wedding out there,
Come on, and we're in Jamaica.
getting fluid out.
Oh yeah.
Let me stop playing.
That's what I'm talking about. That would be the first I ever heard that one.
But yeah, yeah.
Jamaica on my bucket list.
I work a lot,
Right.
but I also people think all I do is just DJ, which is crazy to me because
Because you always DJ.
But most of the
You always DJing.
Shit.
but there's other days in the week, y'all. Like so if my schedule, I'm usually DJing Thursday through Sunday. And sometimes I don't always DJ on a Friday or a Saturday. But for the most part, I'm a DJ on Thursday and Sunday for sure. But so yeah, it's 4 days a week. The other 3 days a week, I'm at home.
Right.
I'm in my bed.
But the weekend is when you really want.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So Monday, Tuesday, that be my day where like Monday I'm chilling. I don't want to do nothing.
Right.
Don't call
Reset
me.
yourself.
Yeah, don't talk to me. Don't call me. Don't.
Moody Monday. Moody Monday.
Yeah. Like Monday, I'm to myself. I might go by my friend's house and we might watch TV and eat, and that's probably the bulk of. That's like my Monday. It's perfect. And then like Tuesday,
Taco Tuesday.
Taco Tuesday, I might do that. I might go bike ride on the bike ride, get up and ride, or or whatever, just whatever my friends are. Because I got some friends that don't work regular jobs, so they be off too. So it's like that. But like this past Saturday, I was off, so I made it a point. to go do something with myself or whatever. But like sometimes, if I get off early from a gig, like if let's say I'm off at 10 or 11, if I got a little bit more energy, I might go out or go catch up with my friends if they got an event going on or whatever. But for the most part, if I know somebody's birthday coming up, I ask them in advance, like, what you doing for your birthday, so I can make sure if I'm off, so I can make sure I'm off or something. Like, I try to make sure I make time for everybody,
Right.
or whatever. But I think I do a good job. Like I say, everybody, this is what I do for a living, so I gotta go DJ.
Right. Like, do your family, like your mom or your dad, like they ever? Man, you always got something to do. You're always busy. You never have
I
time.
live with them, so I see them all the time.
Oh, right.
Well,
Yeah, so no, they do. Like they might say something like, oh, she always gone. Cause I ain't gonna lie, even when I'm at home, sometimes I might leave the house, go
yeah,
do something,
Go do something.
or whatever. But
Right.
you know, cause I can't just sit in the house all day. If
Right.
I'm in the house all day, y'all.
Right.
From when I wake up, I'm just in the house doing nothing.
Right.
Well, I might work on some stuff, some emails or whatever, but I'm in the house. So by nighttime, if something going on, I'm probably ready to leave the house.
Right.
They didn't went to work.
Right. Right.
Y'all done left the house.
Y'all
Y'all
left
done
the house.
y'all
Right.
didn't deal
I've
with
been here
y'all.
all-
I've been here all day. It's time for me to leave the house now, or whatever.
Sometimes I've noticed even myself, it's a challenge. It's just a challenge. Sometimes when you work a conventional job and you leave work, you got other plans that you're not doing that has nothing to do with work. Any other ideas, things you're trying to manifest, things you're trying to put in the world.
Yeah.
And then I got myself and my father. So now you gotta
Bless your heart.
now
Bless
yeah.
your heart too.
you gotta contribute to them. And so you gotta figure all these nuances. Then you gotta find after all this some time for you.
Yes, that's why Mondays, that's my day.
Don't ask me to go do nothing. I'm not obligated to do nothing.
Yeah, like people be calling, I be looking at
Right.
Tough. It's tough. It's a hard juggle.
yeah.
'Cause I'll be trying to find a day sometimes, and that day never happens. It never comes. I may get one day a month, and it's like, okay, it's just for me. No one interrupt me. No one bothers me. You know, but outside of that, it's tough because on those days that when you're off, you got other things you're trying to put into the world, doing, got this doing, got that going.
Because that's the thing too. Like when I'm off, I'm not just off.
correct.
Like I gotta reply to I got emails now I gotta reply to. That stuff be driving me. Okay, like that's not what I want to do. I just want to DJ.
Right.
But I can't. I gotta send off contracts, invoices, answer these emails. I just came from a meeting. I gotta go to meetings with people trying to figure out what we're doing. Like it's a lot of behind the scenes work.
Yep.
That people don't know or whatever. But for the most part, I do take time for myself because sometimes when I feel like, okay, I've been working too much, I'll make sure I look at my schedule. If I'm not booked, I'll be like, stay off. Like I write that in the calendar, like stay off. Like you don't need to do nothing this day, like stay off or whatever. So like yeah, like cause sometimes I'll be like, all right, I did too much the past couple of weeks. It's time to chill.
What went into how did y'all come up with the whole Fellowship Friday thing? With you being Nick, who was the owner of Child and Culture Park.
Right.
I think it was first of all, I love the name, Fellowship Fridays.
Yeah.
Y'all don't charge. And
We're just talking about that.
And shout out to my dog Bean, man.
Yeah.
Shout out to
Another
Bean.
Southeastern.
Another Southeastern line, Bean, man.
Yeah.
Shout out Bean, man.
Yes. But I've been a few times, man, and the vibe was vibing.
Yeah.
Just talk about what went into that and how did y'all three come up with this whole Fellowship Friday thing? And what it's been a year, huh? Y'all just mentioned.
Yeah, it was a year.
Yep.
So it was I think it was Nick's idea. He kind of like just put me in, at first when we started, he like just put me in charge of like booking the DJs with myself or whatever. Like, but so we was just doing that. But we just wanted to create a space that we could come, fellowship, hear some good music, not necessarily the quote unquote club music.
Right.
But like just those things that's gonna get us singing, reminisce or whatever, like that old Wayne and stuff, you know, like that, like something we could rap to, and just come together and just have a good time and just like you said, we just was talking about that that it's free.
Yeah.
We was like, we want to keep it free for everybody, like, because people have been trying to collab with us, but they want us to do it in charge. And we were like, nah, we kind of want to keep it as a free event, because you need free events. I feel
Right.
like I hate paying to go to events. I ain't gonna lie, even though I charge for it,
Right.
I hate when I gotta pay.
Right.
So
Right.
I love going to a free event. So, you know, and then if it's a cool free event,
Right.
you know, you're hearing some good music. They got
Quality people.
you don't have to come dressed up. You know, you could come relaxed if you want, or you could come nice. You could come dressed up if you want. It's all on you. You know, we just wanted to create a good space for everybody to just come and just have a good time, unwind. You know, we getting older or whatever. Like, we don't want to be in the club with the youngins.
I know I don't.
You know,
Right.
I'm out.
yeah. You know, we don't want to be in the club with the youngins. Like, so
If I walk inside of a club and I see, and I'm estimating age, I'm just predicting. I'm predicting between 20 to 23, and I'm kind of got an idea of how they dress.
Right.
mm-hmm.
The tie kind of tells me they all kind of got like shorts on and this tank tops type. Kind of. If I see about 3 of them together, hey man, how you doing? Let me get this drink. I'm getting it to go.
It's time to go. I feel you.
Because I know bounce out gonna come around.
Yeah.
It's I look for certain things now that I start doing it. But now I'm really 40, so it's like we have nothing in common.
Mm-hmm.
I don't need to be in the same environments with y'all
No.
because I already know what. At some point in time, these environments attract a certain group of people,
Yeah.
and if some stuff goes down, the last person I don't want to be around it.
The young kids, I ain't gonna talk about them, but
I don't talk about them because
But
I
yeah.
appreciate their time.
They're trying to figure life out.
you know, I'm
Trying to
trying to
figure it
figure
out.
out where they go to party though, because I'll run into some of them. I'll be like, well, where y'all be at? They be on Bourbon still,
Yeah.
and I'm like, why are y'all still on Bourbon? Like, I know they got a lot of younger DJs that have parties and
Yeah.
stuff, and
Bourbon
I'm like,
Heat.
huh? Yeah, they be out
Bourbon
there
Heat.
on Bourbon.
They way down there.
You stupid now.
Way down.
Don't go too
No.
far.
That's where Bourbon Heat at.
Don't go too far now.
Hey, listen, that's where Bourbon Heat at.
It is kind of down
It's
there.
down there.
Yeah.
Too far. It's in the too far part. It's down there.
It is too far.
It's down there.
But they still on Bourbon. But I try to tell some of the younger DJs that I'm cool with, I'm like, y'all got to promote a little bit more, like start throwing your own stuff, because
Right.
them kids need somewhere to go.
Mhm.
And they need to learn how to start partying, like club wise, like
Right.
as an adult for real. Because I feel like they come into the club, they got 1,000,001 requests as soon as they get there.
Yep.
They don't they want to hear only this type of music and nothing
Yeah.
else or whatever. They be like, oh, what is that or whatever? Like play some bounce.
One
just
track
played
minded.
some bounce. Like,
One
I don't
track
wanna
minded.
play like another bounce song right now. Like, I'm gonna play some more bounce, but not right now. You know.
Right. Right.
So they gotta get used to partying, like
Right.
real partying. Partying.
Yeah. You got to get outside. You got to party some more. You got to.
Then they won't hear they play a song again. Like, no, I just played it.
Yeah. I think you've been doing a good job of collabing, man. I'm paying attention to your makeup. Is this part of Megan's Cosmetics?
Oh, some of it is.
Shout out to Megan
Shout out to
Cosmetics.
Megan.
Shout out to Megan.
And look, I'm trying to get better with the makeup, y'all. Like,
But you
but
did a good job.
yeah.
Too much, you know what I'm saying?
Keep it light.
Keep it
Keep it
light,
light.
keep it
Keep it light. I'm happy I didn't, because these lights are bright. I be sweating bricks would be all off my face by now. But yeah, no, the collabs. Like, when I tell y'all God is good. Cause it's forcing me to get on my stuff, to like take my brand to the next level
Cool.
or whatever. Like,
Elevating.
I wanted to, but you know how you procrastinate and
Yeah.
stuff, or you doubt
Yep.
yourself or something like that, or it's just stuff like life be life and you know.
Yep.
So it's forcing me now to just do more with my brand, and I've been getting hit up for different stuff or whatever. I don't even know if all of it be legit. So sometimes I ask my friend, I'd be like, "Is this legit?" Like, you know,
This person credible?
because she does,
Yes.
like, one of my friends, she does a lot of influencer work. So I'd be like, "Is this legit? This look like right or whatever?" Like, you know, and she'd be like, "Yeah," or she'd be like, "No." I'd be like, "All right, cool." But yeah, so like I'm that's my next thing. I'm trying to get my DJ Khaled on. That was my goal from the get-go.
Okay.
Was I wanted to be like DJ Khaled. I just wanted to be a brand, not just a DJ, because I know I'm not going to do this forever.
We the best.
Yes.
We the best.
Yes, like I know I'm not going to DJ forever. Well, at least not at the level that I'm doing it now. Like,
Right.
I'm not trying to be 50 years old
Mm-hmm.
doing 3-4 nights a week. Like, no,
Right.
I can't do that. this is tiring, y'all. Like,
This
this is tiring. Like, cause like as a DJ, you have to be on.
Right.
Like if your energy low, it's gonna come through in the music. You're gonna be playing lazy. You're gonna be just dropping songs. You know you're not gonna care for real. You're gonna be ready to go or whatever. So like, I just be trying to make sure like my energy be right when I get into certain spaces. Cause again, I don't want nobody to be like, oh, Jess suck. So so that's one thing. Like I be like you said, I be. You know, you never seen me mad or whatever, which y'all shouldn't want to see me mad.
Right. But I'm saying,
Yeah.
It's not the goal.
Yeah, it's not the goal, but I just try to make sure my energy is good because if I'm hyped, then most of the time it's gonna be a good night or whatever.
I think not gonna say most DJs, a lot of DJs, you don't see them like go on tour and stuff like that, but you see a few. Would that be something that you would consider if the right artist asked you?
I thought about it. I would probably entertain it. I would probably do it. I thought about it, but
So
I
how
gotta
does that-
see how much they get paid because I be hearing things they don't really be getting paid that
Yeah.
way. So I be like, it ain't worth it.
I think it's probably more of an exposure and experience.
Building your brand.
Yeah.
Your brand and experience. And maybe seeing different cities. Because maybe, for example, if you go in these different cities, you may meet different people or see different environments.
Get a gig there too, yeah.
Yeah, or maybe, okay, if I'm in this town, maybe I could do something here for maybe a week or two or something like that. And that's when I must.
Yeah, I think it is the exposure too, but I don't know. I gotta see.
Yeah.
But I would probably do it. I'll probably do it.
Like at Rod 49 say, man, I need you to come.
Probably not. No offense to Rod 49. Like, no, like I actually like some of his songs, but
Right.
like I just know I couldn't do like a whole I couldn't do that crowd. That's not my crowd.
Right.
Yeah, you know. You gotta know your crowd.
I agree.
Yeah.
That said a lot for you to say that, though.
Yeah, you
Because
gotta
some
know
people
your
be
crowd.
like, man, I know that ain't my crowd, but I'm going to still do it. And now you kind of like put yourself in a situation to where you can't flourish.
Yeah, you can't really do what you not yeah, and because like
you trying something on that you think you trying on because this is an opportunity, but that's not really your skill set.
Yeah.
That's not your artist.
like I learned early on that I'm not for the hood. That's not my crowd.
Gotcha.
Cause like it's only so many trap songs that I'm probably gonna play back to back to back to back to back to back or whatever. And then, you know, cause I like to switch it up. Like I want to hear something different. Like I want to see people dancing. Like I don't mind the whole just rapping, standing up like that. Like that'd be cool too. But I also want like let's have some fun.
Yeah.
Right.
Like let's lighten the mood. Like I don't be wanting to hear all that killing all the time.
Yeah.
I'm getting old.
She be vibing, man. She be vibing.
I want people to come in and leave in a good mood too. Like
Right. Y'all get dreams and nightmares once tonight.
I don't even play that song unless somebody requests it at a wedding.
Right.
That's the only and if you don't specifically tell me you want to hear that song at your wedding, I'm not playing it. I can't stand that song.
It kind of then ran its course.
I can't stand it.
Opinion.
Yeah, like we gotta retire dreams and nightmare. Everybody
Yes.
retire.
Yes. Jess, I know you've been in a lot of different places, and when I go to different places like Chicago, New York, Atlanta, LA, I always like to peep out the nightlife, the scene, and just how they do things different than New Orleans. In your opinion, what would you like to see the city do more of to get our nightlife at the highest of the highest level?
Whew, boy, I don't even know anymore. Like nightlife in New Orleans is kind of a weird spot right now. All of us are
Touch on it.
like it's just weird since the pandemic.
Okay.
Since the pandemic, it just never bounced back to what it like. I remember when I was DJing at the Den on Thursdays, I would be in there, and I would be in there till 3-4 in the morning. Now I stop at 2:30. So that's one thing. Like things are closing early. Then when they close early, like, well, where else can we go? There's really nowhere else to go. On Fridays, it's really nowhere to go. And they have events going on, but then the people don't come to them also. So that's a thing too, because it's just like, well, what do y'all want? What type of events do y'all want? Or whatever. And it's crazy because they'll go to Houston or go somewhere else and, you know, spend all this money and do all these things or whatever. But if we charge them $20, $30, it's too much or whatever.
Correct.
And it's just like, well, y'all spent $60 to get in Houston. Or whatever. Y'all ain't have no problem with that. And I'm gonna be honest with you, like I don't be seeing too much different than what we got down here.
Correct.
As far as like, some things. So I'm just like, what is it that y'all want? I don't know.
Right.
I do feel like we need more black owned classy spots.
Okay.
Like they got Jolie.
Yep.
Yeah, Jolie.
Cool.
Yep.
That's a cool spot to go to, but I think a spot, if we had they have a DJ in there, but it's not like music we really want to hear
Gotcha.
or whatever. The music be cool, but it ain't like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like we need something like that for us, and like people be trying to provide that for the city, but then they don't support it, or like they'll tear it down
Right.
because of who owns it.
Right.
If it's a certain somebody, everybody that in.
Yeah.
And I just be like, the city too cliquish for me.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. I definitely think
It's small.
yeah, it's small. And that's the thing too. And this is why I be trying to tell the younger DJs that they should start like really throwing their own events to get the younger people out more, because our people, we're phasing out of the nightlife. Like you 40, y'all say you 40, like you're not going out like that.
Or midnight, I'm hey, deuces.
Yeah, and midnight.
We like hitting like little spots.
Yeah.
It's like we getting older now, so like our demographic, they not out like that. And if they do go out, it's a special event or something like that, or a special weekend. But for the most part, like it's only, like you said, the city's small. It's only so many of us in this city as it is. And then there's only so many that's going out, and then they got the treehouse crew. They got the treehouse.
That's where all the young kids going though.
Yeah, 26 and stuff like that. They got the treehouse crowd. They got what are the crowds they be having? Let's say Mr. Happy Hour crowd.
Yeah.
Then like whoever fools with Nick and us or whatever.
Right.
A lot of it overlaps, which is also an issue because it's only so many people to go around. If they didn't went there, they probably tired now. Or they might come to your thing, but they're not drinking as much because they're drunk over there.
They got the Hummingbird crowd. And
Hummingbird done changed because it used to be a little older. Now I notice all the younger people were going there.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is now because I think something else happened, so it's changed a little bit.
Over here on the West Bank, 15, 20.
Oh yeah, 50, 25.
the older crowd there.
Then you got the Crave.
Closed early. Like, man, I remember this is probably a month ago. My partner was down here from Atlanta, and him and his wife was down here. He was like, man, we could go. And it was a Friday. Man, they closed at 12:30.
Oh, for real? On a Friday?
On a Friday.
Because that's the thing. Like, people not out like that.
They're not out
That's
like that.
the city. People are not outside like that. So I think that has a lot to do with the nightlife.
And they starting the nightlife earlier. Years ago, it was like 10 to whatever.
Yeah.
Now people starting it at like 7, 8 o'clock.
8, 9 and stuff
And
like
people
that.
kind of start phasing out of there around 11.
11-ish.
You know what I mean?
Move out of there.
We like a good day. We don't mind
love
a good day party.
Yeah, I love
or
a day
whatever.
party.
I think when it's a day party, they come out for sure because you get home like by the day party like that. That's the spot right there. But even still, sometimes it might be too hot for them. I don't know. It's always something.
It's always something. It's always something.
Yeah.
It's always something. But I don't know. I think the city definitely needs that. We need more. Especially if we had like clubs and good locations too for us, because that plays a part in it too, or whatever. Like you don't really be wanting to go all the way. No shade to Culture Park, but you don't really want to go all the way out to Culture Park because it's out. Nothing else is out there but Culture Park. So you have to really want to go to Culture Park or whatever. So yeah,
I think too when you go to, this is one thing I would like to see the city do more of. Like, if you go to Atlanta, Dallas, wherever I go, man, I'm always trying to find a rooftop party.
Yeah.
With a nice view, good vibe, stuff like that. The only thing I can really think of in the city is Hot Tenning on St. Charles.
The
what's
hotels,
Monkey Ball, the hotels.
Yeah, the hotels.
They are like this summer. We tried to do like a bunch of pool parties and stuff like that, but they was acting funny with the pools. They weren't like letting people book things and stuff like that, which I get it.
That's what they guess.
I don't know, but they usually would though. They usually would let us book like events and parties and stuff like that. So I don't know. The rooftops, They got a few.
You got
the Virgin Hotel.
You got the Virgin Hotel.
Yes,
you got the Nopsy. They have a rooftop.
Yep.
Yeah, but they
Nopsy.
not really trying to have that. They not.
Nopsy been kind of got rid of
But the
us.
Virgin is cool though. I like
cool.
the Virgin Hotel. I DJ that sometimes, but yeah,
But the Virgin's so small.
It's small.
yeah, it's small.
It's
Now,
so
see, if they
small.
opened up that other little room they have it's on the roof too.
Yeah.
It's a little
It's
event.
another living room. It's an event
But
room.
I
Yeah.
like that view.
It's the best view in the city.
I love the
To me,
Yeah.
I think it has the best
like
view.
the view on St. Charles for Hot 10.
Yeah,
I like
that's a good one.
Hudson. Now see they
Now, they ain't really got a lot of us in there, but
Of course.
yeah, now see they hit me up recently. I need to go check my email again.
Yeah.
No, you just reminded me. Cause no, they was talking about they wanted to start doing some nights over there.
they
So
need to.
yeah, I like Hot 10. It's
Good
a
location.
good location
Good
or whatever.
location.
But I will also add this, and it's maybe just me. It's maybe creativity, right? I think as we getting a little older, it's just drinks, right? So you get to a point where
Food.
that too, but people not really cooking at no 10, 11, 2 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, you crazy.
At Child they do.
Shit, you
Oh.
crazy.
The kitchen stay
15,
open.
25 too.
Oh yeah, the kitchen.
Oh,
stay-
yeah.
Man, if your kitchen not open,
You lose.
you
You lose
losing.
it. Yeah, you
Like
lose it.
All
It's
you
a
better
L.
have a
It's
food
a L.
they
truck
hide and
outside.
seek, their kitchen be open too. Like if your kitchen not open, you losing money.
Yeah, so I just think that, but now we gotta add. I just my creative mind, like, okay, listen, what else can? I ain't saying you gotta add something extravagant to it, but if you're trying to keep people outside to at least let's say 2, it gotta be more than drinks and food.
I mean, it's only you only could do so much.
You're gonna do so much.
Yeah, like themes and stuff like that.
Yeah,
Like I love to
yeah.
throw a good theme party. That usually gets people out. Like either it could be 2000s, 90s, or maybe to say like come in a certain style of clothing or whatever. Like
Right.
I like a good theme party. That usually get the people out. But outside of themes, I'm like I don't know what else it's gonna take.
But
to-
I think too, and I go back to my PIF days.
y'all did used to.
You know what I'm saying? And I remember like people used to be like, man, y'all need to throw a party every week. The owner at Escalade, where we used to be throwing a
Right.
party at Divine, he used to be like, man, I need y'all doing this every week. And I used to be telling Avery, I'm like, no, dog, like once a month.
Yeah.
Once a month, because
You gotta be
gonna
exclusive.
keep people wanting more, and you're gonna keep that crowd coming. If you start doing it too much, I feel like it get watered down, and then you start getting kind of played out. In my opinion,
No, that's true. That's literally how I do things now. Like Fellowship Friday is either gonna be every other Friday or it's gonna be once a month.
Mhm.
Where my girls at, we do that once a month.
Yep.
I'm revamping my schedule. I'm telling certain people because everybody be trying to get me to do like a weekly thing, and I always tell them no.
Yep.
I already got enough weekly things. Thursday and Sunday, that's enough. Or whatever. Like I don't want to be anywhere every week.
Mhm.
Right.
Cause people, like you say, people get tired of it.
Tired of it.
Well, I feel like the good thing with like Fellowship Friday, people look forward to it because we didn't have it the last couple
Right.
weeks or whatever. Like,
Mhm.
oh yeah, we
Exactly.
out now, whatever. So like
Exactly.
I like doing stuff like that. Like I'm about to do like a every other Thursday thing at some places or whatever.
Right.
So yeah, so that's true. Like you doing it every week,
You got to be mindful.
and then as the DJ, you get tired of it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Because now it becomes an obligation versus a passion.
Yeah, like I be going to the dinner on Thursday. I don't want to be there every Thursday.
Right. It becomes an obligation. Like I gotta do this. Not in a harmful way, but it comes away like obligation versus passion.
Yeah.
You do something that you're creative about and it's a passion. Yeah, I can't give it to you every week because it gets
Mm-hmm.
I don't like using the word watered down. I'm gonna use the word diluted.
Same, but yeah. Like, yeah.
It's a little diluted. And
Mhm.
when things start to get diluted, people don't get the same attention, don't get the same effect, they don't get the same attraction, and people just have a way of losing interest and they try to
Yeah.
get something else versus this is kind of what got their attention.
Even like locations. Like I like to bounce around. Even with my parties, like I want to move the parties around too, cause like that gets people intrigued too when you do a different location or whatever. Like if you going to the same spot every time you do your party, there's no reason for me to come now. I already know what's about to happen. You know what I'm saying? So
Get like diluted.
yeah, so so I like to bounce around different locations with parties and stuff like that. So
No doubt. Now we got to get into DJ Jess's favorites, man.
okay.
Before we end the podcast.
Yeah.
Here we go.
see what's going on.
Favorite hoop all time.
Kobe Bryant.
She ain't even think about that.
Kobe.
KD.
COVID.
Y'all saw how they tripping him
For the Olympics.
for the Olympics in 2028. Yeah.
Yeah, I saw it.
Like he gonna be
LA.
his logo gonna be the face of the 2020 Olympics.
Right.
Yeah.
Greatness.
Mama mentality Olympics.
Yes.
You like that, huh?
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. Might go now.
Favorite movie of all time.
Ooh, loving basketball.
Let me find out.
Play me for you.
Play me for your heart.
Double or nothing.
Doubling. I know that movie word for word.
The only reason you here is because Tanya, what her name? Tanya,
Got pregnant.
They were dumb recruit.
They was hating. They was down bad. Pull Monica.
Yeah,
Stand over here.
she loved it. She loved it up too long. Loved it up too long.
Monica.
Yeah.
Choo-choo.
Favorite sneaker all time.
Not really. I just became like a sneaker person. Yeah. 'Cause they was so expensive.
Yeah, you right.
I was broke.
Agreed.
I don't know. Oh, I do know. Don't y'all laugh at me.
Go ahead.
Shucks.
Chuck Taylor.
Those my favorites.
You know, I was really thinking. I was thinking.
Don't tell
Chuck-
me you used to try to hoop in them.
No, I
No,
ain't never
okay,
do
I'm
that.
about to say
I'm
you
not
break
old
ankles.
school. Yeah, I don't know how they was doing that back
I don't know
then.
how they
Listen, I was thinking Chateaus.
Not my Adidas.
Not the Stan Smiths. Not the Stan Smiths.
Yes. Yes.
No, Chucks. Those are my favorites.
Okay.
Honestly, yeah.
Favorite place to visit.
Who? Probably Mexico and Amsterdam.
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 Amsterdam is lit.
I need to go
I
there.
heard.
Amsterdam.
Y'all gotta go.
I need to go there. How long that flight is?
It's probably like an 11 hour flight.
Oh, I can't do it over 5. That's why I ain't I want to go to Thailand.
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 Oh yeah.
My birthday. 23 hours, 17 hours from here to China,
I'm out.
and 6 hours from China to Thailand. I can't do
Oh,
it.
I did that, and yeah,
I can't do it.
when I was coming back from there, I had to switch my flight because I ended up staying longer, and it took me literally 30 hours to get home.
Oh, no.
I said I'm never doing this again. I don't know the next time I'm gonna go to Asia. I don't know.
And
I want to
really
go to
wanna
Bali, but
I really, really want to go, dog. That's too long for me.
it is.
You had to put me on some kind of medicine,
I'm out.
knock me clean out.
I'm out.
At least with the international flights, like you got a lot of space.
Yeah, you get to lay back and stuff, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not like first class, but they still got a lot of space just in the regular seats too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can't be on the plane that long.
Right.
No, I don't blame you.
5 hours, my max.
You could do 11.
Absolutely.
9. I think it might be 9.
Absolutely not.
You gotta go to Paris one day.
Paris ain't 7, huh?
No, it's probably like 9 or 11.
Yeah. Yeah, but you got to go fly to LaGuardia. Then you probably got to fly that way. Probably got to fly to New York.
I think you do fly to New York.
You fly to New York.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah. Favorite comedian all time.
Who is my favorite comedian? I be laughing too.
You as a jokester.
Dang. Who I like?
You done drew a blank.
I do. I don't know if I don't think I have a favorite comedian. I like Bernie Mac.
Coaching was here.
Yeah. That's
Yeah,
his
I like
favorite.
Bernie Mac.
He's winning the tallies.
Yeah, he is.
Oh.
Bernie is
We
in
been
the
having
lead.
Contest. Mine's just Chris Tucker. His is Richard Pryor.
No, mine's Eddie Murphy.
Eddie Murphy.
And our other co-host, his is Bernie Mac. So I'm like, I only got like 2 people said Chris Tucker.
I ain't gonna lie. I used to really love Kevin Hart, but I don't know. He been doing some lame stuff.
Yeah,
lately.
yeah. I don't know what's going on with Kevin Hart right now.
But yeah, I like Bernie Mac. Yeah, I'm good with Bernie.
Bernie. Ain't no wrong with that.
Favorite song growing up?
SWV Week.
Oh, yes.
Word for word.
On the phone,
I
playing in
know
the background.
all the ad libs. Now on your voicemail.
This Jeremiah, I'm not in right now.
Not the whole
You let that song play about another 20 seconds?
Listen, that boy was toxic. That boy selling dreams.
Right. All
Toxic,
the
selling dreams.
On repeat till
Yes.
I'll fall asleep.
uh-huh.
I got
telling
another.
you.
I have one. 2-part one. Favorite rapper of all time.
Favorite rapper.
Rapper.
Okay.
And who do you think the greatest rapper is? Of all time?
Jay-Z.
Come on, man. Keep telling y'all, man. Come on, man.
Who else?
Oh, baby. Just saying.
Who you think?
Listen, I respect the favorite one, but the greatest rapper of all time is Tupac Shakur.
Wow. I mean, I'm not gonna get into this, but I'm gonna say all I'm gonna say is this: it's arguable because of his body of work. Man, I'm gonna just leave it at that.
I'm
not a Tupac fan. He got some songs I like.
Yeah, I like Tupac, but
Yeah,
I would say
I'm not a
this.
fan, though.
This is my argument to that.
I was definitely a Biggie fan back then.
Definitely.
He
Somebody that East Coast and Jadakiss. I was big time Jadakiss.
Yeah, East Coast, that was my
This
thing.
is this has always been my argument. Tupac passed before 26.
Yeah.
So
How old Biggie was when he died?
24, 25, whatever. Okay.
He said the same thing.
Okay, but he got 2 albums and he got 10.
Right.
So when it comes to Hov, I respect Hov. But I don't want, when I compare the two, I stop his catalog at 25. Because Pac didn't live past 25.
Hov didn't, he probably wasn't even rapping then.
That's the point. so when I compare everybody's catalog, I'm like, okay, stop his catalog at the age of 25 because he didn't live past 25.
Nah, you can't do that.
He can't produce no more music.
They probably got rappers that's better than Pac right now. I'm just saying that. But get mad.
You feel
I'm
disrespected.
messing with you.
The disrespect. These rappers today,
No,
absolutely.
not like the rappers of it, but like we got Kendrick,
Mm-hmm.
Cole.
Mm-hmm.
Even Big Sean. I'm putting Big Sean.
Big Sean, what he been doing?
Big Sean is in my top 5.
What he been doing though?
He is like he been putting out new records.
I ain't been hearing.
I ain't been hearing nothing
Y'all
from
ain't
Big
been
Sean.
hearing?
No.
Okay, well he got new songs.
I'm about to go on time as soon as I get in my car.
But
I like Big Sean.
I love
I
Big
like
Sean because he's different from the other rappers. Like, and people probably clown him because he's not rapping about like the street life and all
Correct.
that. And it's just
He got
struggling.
good music.
He giving you it's positive rap to me.
J. Cole too.
Yeah, Cole.
J. Cole be depressing to me sometimes.
Cole
I
better
like
be-
J. Cole.
He better
He
than
be
Big Sean.
bragging about being broke too much.
Yeah, like you ain't even broke no more.
Yeah,
like,
exactly. You don't stay in Fairville no more, dog. Leave it
I
alone.
like J. Cole, but a lot of times his music is I ain't gonna say dark, but sometimes that shit
It
depressing.
sound like he going through something.
Yeah, it's like come on now. You still saying
When I go in the barbershop, we have this heated debate behind Big Sean and Wale. It gets heated.
what about him?
I'm a Wale fan. I'm on
Wale.
Wale's
Wale
side.
don't like himself though.
Right.
Agreed.
That's his problem.
That's big. You're correct. So I'll be on Wale's side, but it be split down the middle. We don't be knowing
Big
like
Sean be spitting though.
I like
he be
Big
talking.
Sean.
I like him.
I just ain't heard nothing.
He talking.
He be talking. He be talking.
He be harmonizing it though.
Yeah.
I like that.
His voice isn't for everybody though, because I know there's some people they complain about his voice.
I don't got no
Yes.
problem with his voice.
I don't have a problem with it either.
Yeah, I fuck with you. I fuck with
But
Sean.
I love Big Sean. Like he inspires me. Like one man can't change the world. No, Big Sean be having some good songs. Like that whole Paradise, that Black album.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That song went hard.
Sean be talking. I like Big Sean.
He be
See
spitting.
top 5. I'm like, ooh.
He is in my top 5. or whatever.
That's like when I say Kiss in my top 5, people be like, what?
Nah,
Like, in my top 5.
Yeah.
Sorry.
kiss,
That's how I feel.
kiss up there. No, but you know who's not up there for me? 3 Stacks.
As a lyricist, yes. But
As
He
an
don't have
artist.
his albums just don't match up with like the Hoes and the Waynes and
Also
people like
because
that.
most of it was Outkast.
Yeah,
it wasn't
right.
just a 3 Stacks. I don't think he's
I
ever
think-
given
I
us
think
one
he
of
might have
those.
did like
huh?
1 or 2 maybe albums.
Right.
Mm.
That wasn't really his thing.
You right. People, I ain't gonna lie. I love him, but I be wondering that too, like how but he is cold though.
Yeah,
He cold.
He cold, but how
cold.
he's gotten to that the category of the best rapper and stuff like that. I would put him.
But didn't he's the battle rap, didn't he?
He may
Is
have.
another battle rap?
He may have, but I always be.
I know when people talk about him, they say like he one of the best lyricists of all time.
Yeah.
I don't
Oh,
ever hear
he
nobody
is.
say
that
like
he is.
If
just
he
like-
give you a verse, it'd be good.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
I just be like, I understand the credit,
Yeah.
but sometimes I also look for the production. And the credit in the production sometimes is not equal. Or
Keep
it's
your
not.
heart, 3 Stacks. Keep your heart.
Yeah.
Not yet.
If you wasn't DJing, what would Jessica Simmons be doing with her life?
Who probably trying to figure out how to travel for a living?
Be a travel agent.
Oh, trying to figure out how to travel for a living. I don't know. That's interesting. I was just saying to my friends, like, I need to find a new hobby. I gotta find a new hobby now. Like I started playing
adult
basketball
league.
again.
Adult league.
Yeah, but I need something like, cause that could be cause you know they say you need like 3 different types of hobby. One that make you money, one that like helps you exercise, and then one for like creativity and stuff.
Podcast.
I need something that probably would be
Right.
like I said, I was about to
fellowship
start my
podcast.
show. So that might be that could be something else. But I don't know.
So when you started, we're gonna speak it to existence.
Yes.
What who you trying to touch? Like what you trying to go?
So for the most part, I ain't gonna say the name, but I'm gonna take my name.
Right.
Not y'all. I'm just saying whoever see.
Right.
Yes.
But like I'm pretty much gonna be hitting up the people in the city, like starting off like the artists that don't get a lot of low shine or whatever.
AK man, another Southeast in line,
Yes,
man.
I'm definitely gonna get him on there. I think
He's been doing some interviews lately too.
Yeah.
I love AK.
I don't know how he ain't got on yet.
Me either. Like he be
Kenny,
spitting.
brother.
Kenny brother.
I don't really know too much of his music.
You gotta
But
get okay.
but I've heard some of his songs though.
With the call.
For real? Oh, I didn't know. But I heard some of his songs before, like years ago though. He still be making new stuff?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
He came on our podcast before.
Yeah.
Yeah, like they got a lot of artists in the city, and just like I wanna touch like business owners too. Just like putting on who's on in the city. Like I wanna highlight the city or whatever.
Yeah.
Somebody like Larry Morrow.
Yeah.
He's
he don't
on.
need no more exposure. He don't need
Right,
to
right.
But
Yeah,
like
Yeah.
I think it'd be good for people to hear his journey and how he got to where he's at, relationships he's built.
yeah.
He's done a heck of a job.
No, he definitely be putting on for the city. Like
Yeah, he's done a phenomenal.
Him and James is
I'm definitely
yes.
gonna get James on there. He don't know it yet, but
man. Me and James been talking about this for about 6 months, man, and it's like our schedules can't align.
He's become one of the most busiest people.
The trail made in the hood.
yeah, you
Yeah,
know,
you know
he went to
call
call too. Yeah.
He was
I
supposed to come on last week, and then somebody died, and he had to reschedule. Something
Man,
happened.
we had our car alumni picnic in July. When I tell you, it was so many people that was there, I did not know when to call. I said, "Oh, y'all went to call? Goddamn! No wonder everybody,
Right,
you know, we
right.
I mean,
right.
Carl has
right now.
Yeah.
Carl becoming that staple in the city where I'm gonna just say it. For this century, 20th century, it was St. Aug.
What school you went to?
I went to Higgins.
Oh yeah, you did.
But for the city of New Orleans, the school is Carl. I'm talking about the heritage, the history, what's pioneering,
we keep it going too. Like
what's coming. That 20th century, St. Aug was that school for the city of New Orleans.
I band good now.
Yeah,
Correct.
I used to be in
Salute for doing this thing.
So it's
Salute.
Yeah, he is.
Doing this thing.
it's 21st century is definitely at in the car.
And what I love about Carr, like I noticed a lot of people that graduated, they work there now. A lot of people that graduated
Keep that
from Carr, they
history,
work
that
there
heritage
now.
going. And I just think that's been a phenomenal thing that they've been doing and putting into that community. And obviously, I'm happy for y'all got a new school several years ago.
Yeah.
It was, it was over.
Our school was small. Like our school was small.
It was over. Like it was over. Like I don't know how many kids could get educated here. This is over.
No, it was
Did you get it? I know you got a chance to watch Al Just America.
yeah.
Yeah, what you thought about that and like what they touched on? So before you answered it, you had a lot of people. It was like half the room didn't like how they showed the killings and the shootings and all that, and then the other half of the people was like, man, they glad that they touched on what really going on and how
That's what's going on.
those
right
coaches are really saving them kids' lives over there.
now. I thought it was good. I was just excited to see, the people I went to school with and been knowing since, high school and junior high and stuff like that. Like, and just to see the school get the recognition now. It's crazy. Like, I'm like, dang, Carr really like
Yeah,
That's what I'm
on
saying.
top or whatever.
21st century
Yeah.
is that's the school. And
Yeah.
anybody, all right, I'm like, yeah, say no. I'm like, no. Again, 20th century, 19, whatever. Yes, y'all
yeah,
it.
like Bryce, he doing his thing
yeah.
or whatever. So,
We was in Orlando for the LSU and Florida State game last year, and we got something to eat. And it was like it happened like 2 or 3 times that whole weekend, bro. Like, and you see Bryce, he ain't got nothing but car gear on. He ain't got never with nothing on.
Nose.
Yeah, he gonna have that car sweater on, or car jacket, or car shirt.
Polo.
Something with car on it, that K on it. And man, they had like a dude from like Alabama. They had another dude from Florida, and I forgot where the other guy was from. All of them like, man, I know about y'all, man. I watch y'all on YouTube, or I saw y'all on the news, or I saw this, I saw that. Like, Carl really like known, not just in the state of Louisiana.
I love their little entrance with the football team.
Oh, yeah.
But the first time I saw that, I said, "What is that?"
Yeah.
We didn't have that when I was in school.
Yeah. Luke started it.
And then they do it at the graduations and stuff.
It's a trendsetter. That's what I said.
And now other schools stole it.
Yeah.
Other schools stole it. Now everybody putting their address on their shirts. Now you see that?
No.
Yeah. So they started.
That's a thing?
Yeah. Carl started the whole address, the 33
Huntley
Drive. Now other schools doing it now.
Wow.
They got schools all in Homer doing it.
Wow.
Yeah.
No, that was really a thing. Like, we really be like, yeah, we come from 33 Huntley Drive over.
And the whole pride thing, like, pride. Like, that's everybody from Carl always talking about pride.
Bruh.
It's the 21st century.
You would think we still go there. That's the same.
Yeah. And I like how everybody support each other that went to Carl.
No, definitely. That's like I was saying earlier, like, that's a big thing that I love about the car and the Southeastern community. Is like everybody just still supports each other. It's a family. It's really a family. Like, people who I was in 7th grade, they probably was seniors. Like, they still remember me. I remember them or whatever. Like, they be like, "Oh, Jess, I got bookie for this," or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I'm just like, so yeah.
No doubt. Man, this was a really insightful podcast. I'm really glad you took time to come on with us.
Thanks for having me.
I'm sure a lot of people that's inspiring us to start into some type of career or be an entrepreneur, hearing your story, I'm pretty sure it's going to inspire them.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure, man. Like I said, man, I'm proud of you. Keep elevating, man. Don't forget about us little people.
I'm not. I got you. Let me stop. Nah, no, thank y'all for having me.
That's
for real.
not a problem. Listen, everybody get subscribed, get locked in. FanView Podcast. If you're on Facebook, FanView Podcast. If you're on YouTube, FanView Podcast. If you're on IG, FanView Podcast. TikTok, FanView Podcast. If you on X, FanView NOLA. And don't forget to follow G Sports.
You know it, man. Trying to get to 25K by 2025.
Oh,
I'm at 23 right now. I'm at 23K. I'm trying to get to 25, man.
Won't he do it?
Come on, keep subscribing.
Amen.
Keep subscribing, keep locking.
Different tier.
You know, elevate.
Yeah.
Look,
You
this is
know.
what I'm about to be doing soon. My YouTube channel.
Yes. Listen, get locked in, get subscribed. Again, y'all already know what it is. We can't stop.
We won't stop.
It's FanView Podcast.
Step Construction is here for you with a brand new offer. We now provide affordable storage sheds. Stop wasting your money on overpriced storage units and portable containers. Step Construction can provide you with a custom shed that will fit your budget and storage needs. So contact Step Construction today at 504-340-5809 for your own personal quote. Let us help you take the next step at Step Construction.